The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality. Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Welcome to Cookies and Milk Childcare Center. We have 2 locations conveniently located in Kearneysville and Martinsburg. Our mission is to be the leading provider of higher quality care and education services for children ages 6 months to 12 years of age. We provide the highest quality childcare available at an affordable cost. For more information, contact us at 304-901-2961.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
Transform your yard with custom fence and deck, where elegance meets function. Serving Martinsburg and surrounding areas for over 30 years, our expertly crafted decks and fences offer both beauty and protection. From classic woodwork to modern vinyl, experience the craftsmanship that truly elevates your space.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for like kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Since opening in 2017, we have been the local hangout spot to watch a game and meet up with family and friends. With over 15 TVs, there isn't a bad seat in the house. We have arcade games, including the world's largest Pac-Man, 2 pool tables, and more, serving a full food menu ranging from appetizers to steak dinners, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week, and later on weekends. Daily drink and food specials, and of course, happy hour from 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. Come on out to Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill.
Looking to enhance the beauty of your outdoor space? Look no further than R&L Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact R&L Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
And good afternoon, folks, and welcome to tuning in to Home Team Sports TV here at Riggs LaSalle Field in Northeast Washington, D.C. for this Rushers Are Us Football Combine of 2025. I am your host, JD Fritz, along with, once again, my tag team partner, Drew Pitzer. How you doing today?
Hey, JD, man, it's been a while since football. It's so nice to hear your voice again, my friend.
Yes, it has. I'm glad to be back, glad to be on air again, and glad to come out here and showcase some talent here in the DMV.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that we saw, working out here for about the last 30 minutes or so, JD. Just really been getting after. We've seen a lot of guys. We see Keedy Wells, who came up and spoke to us a little bit before. We've got a couple guys actually local to the Martinsburg area, also from the West Virginia area. But, man, there's a lot of talent from all over the country that's showing up to this event, JD.
Oh, absolutely. We had a chance to watch a little bit of film on some of these guys this week, and very impressive on some of these guys trying to get that second and third opportunity, to make it on the pro level. All these guys want to come out, showcase their talents today, and see if they can get that LFA contract. And speaking of LFA, Drew, talk to us a little bit about what this league is all about. It's a league based out of Mexico, but I'll let you elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah, LFA stands for Liga de Football Americano Professional Association. This league started in 2016, JD. It is a league out in Mexico. It currently has 9 teams. There was 8 teams last year, but with the expansion team coming in this year, that's why they're hosting this combine and allowing these guys to get an opportunity. A lot of times this could be the last chance for some of these guys to go out there, earn themselves, a 4-month contract, start putting some food and stuff on the table for their family. So this is a great opportunity for these young athletes out here.
Yeah, and as far as the league goes, the league commissioner is a guy by the name of Alejandro James. If I'm saying that correctly, he's the LFA commissioner. We also have on hand today the director of player personnel, Jorge Reynoso, and as well as the sports medical doctor, Jerry Hidalgo. So all those guys in attendance, and we also like to thank Tony Patterson, the owner of Rushers R Us, who's putting on this great event for these guys today. So hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun for us. It'll be a lot of fun for everybody watching at home, and especially these guys competing.
Yeah, we have 37 guys out here, registered as of so far today. Some guys that we didn't get on the list earlier in between the week, but, some of these last second studs that were added, and we see some guys out here, they're 36 to 40 years of age, still fighting to get a football contract. You just got to love it. Some of these guys truly love this game, and that's why they're out here on a Saturday afternoon when they could be doing anything else, but no, they're out here trying to chase a dream.
Yeah, it's wonderful because, like you said, some of these guys are getting up there in age, but they just don't want to give it up. They love the game of football. We got guys that are just, some of them are, college age guys, and some are already guys that are pushing the age of retirement. But like you said, Drew, want to still come out and compete, see what they can do, and get this contract with the LFA. So, guys, we're moments away from starting here. We're going to set off with the 40. The guys have already did the other testing, which was the broad jump, the vert, the L-cone drill, bench, the 5-10-5 shuttle. Later on, we'll see some 1v1s, I think some 7-on-7, and some other different drills. So you guys stay tuned. We have a lot of action here today at LaSalle Field here in D.C. Should be a great day for everyone involved.
Yeah, we just actually had our first 40 run right there, and just trying to identify the number. I believe that was Jared Archoff. We didn't get an official number yet. Looked in the range of a 5'2", though, I believe.
So we apologize because, like I said, some of these guys were late sign-ups, like in the last day or two, so we don't have them on our actual list of competitors. But we are going to do the best we can. I believe up next is Jimmy Dwayne Bolton, 6'4", 335, out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, an offensive lineman. Went to Dobell High, played with the Cap City Seahawks and the D.C. Wolverines.
Yeah, multiple semi-pro league experience right here. The big fella getting up and moving. We'll see what he got right here. Now, again, we're waiting for the official time. So Jonathan Lee up next.
Yeah, I believe Jonathan is not on our list today.
Looks about 330, 340. Probably about 5'11", 6 foot. So we'll see how it goes. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting all the information relayed right here as he's off. And Lee striding out to the finish.
So you'll see a lot of some of these guys.
That was 8-4, JD, right there. 8-4 right there, JD.
You'll see some of these guys wearing black jerseys, red jerseys. I believe most of these guys wearing black jerseys represent the offensive guys. The red jerseys are on the defensive side. And we might have some green jerseys. We're showing some green here on our paper, so we'll see if some guys switch jerseys. I believe a few of these offensive guys, they go both ways. They play offense and defense. Some are receivers and DBs. Some play tight end and also play DN. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see if some of these guys are switching jerseys on us a little bit later on in the competition.
Yeah, because some of these guys, we saw multiple of these players actually play 5 or 6 positions on the offensive side of the ball, and they're also playing defense as well, too. Some Swiss Army knives out here. So it'll be very interesting to see as we have another 40 about to start. There's Caleb. And we'll see what the official number is right here.
I got him at a 6'1". We'll see where
that was 6'11".
6'11". I was right on the money. That was 6'16" for Caleb.
And we got an official number for, I believe it was, Jimmy Bolton was 8'11".
Up next, we got Colin Neely, 6'2", 258, D lineman out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Went to high school at Village Christian College, Livingstone College, and played for the Carolina Punishers.
Yeah, a lot of these guys definitely have secondary experience after college or after high school as well, too. And he looks like a really impressive athlete. I'm saying mid-5s right here, JD.
Yeah, if he can pop off a 5'3", 5'4", be a respectable time.
And he's moving.
And there goes Colin.
Probably about a 5'5".
I got 5'4",
5'3", 5'3". You called it at first, JD. There we go. So we got our first one cracking the 5s today.
Not a bad time for Colin.
So Frederick Hardy going next to 6 foot, 310-pound defensive tackle, defensive end from David W. Carter High School. He also played at Southeastern and Oklahoma State University. So another Big 12 guy out here. We have South Carolina from the SEC and a guy from the Big 12. So obviously, the talent out here, JD, is quite legit.
Absolutely.
So again, my guess, 5'9". He does have a long stride.
I think he's going to move a little forward faster than that. I'm thinking 5'6".
We'll see how it's all with the start, JD. We all know that. That's a good start right there.
Yeah,
he's moving. Yeah.
There goes Frederick.
Definitely.
I got 5'7", let's see what the official time is.
Did he say 4.85?
No, there's no way. No way.
5.85.
Okay, I was close. That was 5'7", so the stopwatch is always going to be a little quicker than the laser time, so.
Jaylene Santos is up next.
All right. Oh, yeah. He's 5'10", 250 pounds. I watched some film on this guy. He moves really well for a small defensive lineman out of Robbins, Georgia. Went to Houston County High School. Played at Hanover and played at Glenville State in West Virginia. Coming all the way from Georgia to play in West Virginia.
That's how you know you love the game. I mean, obviously, you look at his low center of gravity right here and watch some of his film earlier this week, the way he was able to shed off some of those blocks with that low center of gravity. He's definitely a smart guy, has a high football IQ. I think this could be, maybe a steal for somebody in the LFA.
Yeah, he definitely gets off the blocks pretty well. We'll see if they do some individual drills later on with the offensive and defensive linemen. That's where you'll see a lot of that quickness. Let's see what he puts down here in the 40. I'm thinking low 5s, 5'2", 5'3" range.
Yeah, I'm saying 5'2".
There he's moving pretty good. Goes Jaylene.
Nope. I got 5.
I got 5'13" on him.
5'04", almost 5 flat. So a very good run right there.
Good time for Jaylene Santos. He was a little faster than my watch that time.
Yeah, he was. He was moving. That's usually never happens, right? This is the guy from South Carolina, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this guy is put together, bloody. Let me tell you, he's the guy, and he's over there with his shirt off.
I'm saying 4.75 right here.
6'3", 257 pounds, defensive end, outside linebacker, out of Atlanta, Georgia. Went to Booker T. Washington. and University of South Carolina and Eastern Tennessee State.
Definitely a true D1 product.
Oh, yeah, he's moving good.
Yeah, it's under 5.
Look at this guy. I got 4.63.
Yeah, I said 4.7. 4.64. 4.64.
Wow, he's moving.
And I tell you what, that's he's a guy that's still relatively young too. I mean, he's got an opportunity to really earn himself a contract today, and that 40 definitely goes a long way in helping, JD.
Yeah, it does. I mean, to be 260 pounds moving that fast, run a 4.6. Yeah, that's impressive.
He was zooming right there. Okay. Another player I'm really interested to see, and we were speaking on him earlier, is Richard Shelton III. I mean, his frame and his size at the linebacker position, JD, I think he's somebody that might not only play in the LFA, but might have a future maybe in a higher level in football.
So who we got up next here? 25. Not sure about this one.
Number 25.
Again, we like to apologize because some of these guys we don't have on our list, unfortunately.
Tyler Jackson.
Tyler Jackson. All right, Tyler.
Let's see what Tyler has. Tyler definitely has a good frame, too, and he's out there moving.
Got that dry face going, knee
Look,
lift.
Good strides right there.
5.2.
5.21 is the official time from the laser. Again, we have basically the same combine power in the NFL. You know, you have the laser 40s. It's not stopwatches, so this is completely as accurate as you can get, JD. Nazir Jones.
Nazir Jones. Had a chance to talk with him earlier beforehand. Good young man.
Very respectful.
Young guy, 21 years old, still could be in college playing, but decided he wants to try his hand playing pro football, try to get a contract here.
Yeah, he was speaking to us. He actually leaned up, lost about 30 pounds in preparation for this event.
Nazir Jones, about 5'11", 265 now, down from 285 or 290. Said he toned down a little bit, try to get in shape for this event.
I'm saying 5'1".
Moving pretty good.
Yeah, that's definitely, he stride out. He didn't start the greatest.
He had a 5'08".
5'08". 5'17".
So good time there for Nazir Jones.
And honestly, if he worked on his start right there, JD, I think he can get underneath 5.
Yeah, the start's very key. I mean, you can burn 0.2 of a second easily
just by getting out.
You don't have a good start, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the difference of some of these guys running 4.4s and 4.6s or 4.8s and 5 flats.
Okay, this is in Jared.
I'm not sure if we got him on our list or not.
Yeah, we do not. This is, again, another late addition, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Toady telling us who the next entry. Jared H.F. So this is actually Jared.
Is he on the list? Yes,
it says he's 6'2", 311 pounds, but I don't see the 311 pounds.
Yeah, he plays offensive line.
Look how, he's very lean and toned. If that's 300 pounds, that's incredible.
Yeah, he's lean 300.
Wow, and he's moving, too.
I got a 5.5 on that.
5.76 official time. 5.36, excuse me.
5.36.
Wow.
Yeah, Jared out of Cherry Hill High School.
Man, I tell you what, when he was
Sicklerville, New Jersey.
When he got down in that 40 stance, JD, he looks like a tight end out there.
Yeah, he did. He does look like a tight end.
I mean, obviously, if he wanted to play the tight end position, I don't know about
back
his hand.
Around here, top of I think we're starting the offensive lineman again. Jimmy Bolton.
Yeah, that's who ran at 8.11 the first time.
Yeah, let's see if he can get down in the 7s. I think he needs a better start here.
He slipped up about 10 yards away.
Yeah, and he slowed up. 6'4", 335, plays offensive and defensive line.
But definitely the best time right now goes to Hot Rod. He has a 4.65.
Come on, big guy, let's go. Keep moving all the way through. Good job. I got him at a 6.77 that time, so a big improvement.
7.7 is what he said.
7.7?
No, 6.7, excuse me. 6.7. You were correct. Yep, and JD was right on the number right there. So a 1.4 second differential. Again, it was all because he slowed up at the 30 last time he ran this. So a huge 1.4 differential. You can see it kind of might have hurt the big fella a little bit, but he strided out right there.
I'm
Definitely
sure,
made an improvement in time, JD.
I'm sure these offensive lineman guys are just hating the 40. Running is not something they particularly love to do that much. If you're a pulling guard or something like that, you're going to be a little bit smaller. But some of these bigger guys, 40 yards is after that, they're pretty much tapped out. I can't remember who this guy was. We didn't have him on our sheet.
Yeah,
either.
We did not have him on our sheet. That was the only one we couldn't get a number for.
Come on, guy. Let's go.
Let's go. Stride it out.
Finish strong.
There you go.
Got him at an 8.6. I think he was the one that was at 8 something too, maybe.
Just waiting for the official number. Yeah, seeing big guys get downhill just reminds me of the refrigerator back from the 80s. Him and Walter Payton, man, I loved it. Okay, we still have yet to get an official number. But I do believe. Hey, what was the number there? What was name and number there? That was 811. And that was Everly.
Mm-hmm.
865.
865. Yeah, I had him at somewhere around there.
So again, that's a not necessarily improvement, but it looked like a much better run for the first time. Again, with a big tackle like that, he's hardly ever going to be running down the field unless hey, you get your running back breaks free, and you got to run down the field. You got to make a play.
All right, we got Colin Neely coming up again. Last time he put down a real impressive time. I think he was right around a 5.2 or a 5.3.
Yeah, it was 5.3 last time, yep.
And for a 260-pound guy, he was moving pretty good, Drew.
And again, he slowed up at the end of the last run, too, if you don't remember. But his was about 5 yards shorter. So I think he can get it down to about maybe a 5.4. He might probably be a 5.2. Oh, that was a bad start. That's going to hurt him a little bit. But he's moving.
Start.
He's making up for it.
I got a 5.4 on him.
So 5.3. Yep, 5.3. So that's not terrible. 5.53. Excuse me, 5.53.
Who we got next here? 26. We got Frederick Hardy.
Yeah, Frederick Hardy.
He ran a 6 foot, 310-pound D tackle.
Yeah, he ran a 5.8 last time.
David Carter High School and Oklahoma State University.
Ready.
Staying low, striding those feet, exploding up.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's that.
5.7, not a bad run.
Yep. 5.69. So he had a 5.8 the first run and 5.69 the second one. So a little bit of improvement. I don't know if you should ever do more than two 40s. Your second 40 is usually going to be your best 40, and anything after that is going to definitely deteriorate the value.
Right.
So up next, it's number 23. This is Dayon Kopru.
Did we have him on the list the first time?
Says he is a running back, tight end, and a defensive end from Clarksburg High School.
23? No, this is Jay Leem.
Oh, yeah, this is Jay Leem. You are correct. Yeah. This is Jay Leem. Because he already ran before.
Yeah, he put down a pretty good 40. Was he right around 5 flat?
Yeah, he was around, I think he was a 5.03, right?
Yeah, he was close. See if he can get under 5 seconds. It'd be a
Hot Rod's coming up next,
nice.
I believe. Hot Rod still with the best 40 of 4.65 here this afternoon. Which people don't realize, 4.65 doesn't sound fast because it's not NFL speed, but that is extremely quick, JD.
There's a lot of 4.6s still, even a lot of wide receivers in the league, believe it or
4.7.
not, still run 4.6s and 4.7s.
Oh, good start right there.
Jaleem moving.
Yeah, that's a great run. Great run.
Got him at a 5.16.
Yep, 5.1, exactly.
So not a bad run. 5.1.
Jay Lee really, I mean, he was striding out right there. I tell you what, if him at a backer coming downhill at you. So I believe we have Hot Rod Fitton coming back up Again, the 6'3", 260-pound defensive end.
Put down a 4.64 last time. I mean, and this guy is put together. Guy. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but he definitely looks like a pro football player, even NFL. I mean,
he looks like an NFL. He has an NFL body for sure.
I mean, he looks the part. He's fast. We'll see how he does in some of the individual drills a little bit later, but definitely love to see this guy get an opportunity at the next level for sure.
I say he gets a 4.5 or 4.58. A little stutter on the first step, though.
But he's still moving.
He's still moving, man.
Wow, I got a 4.73.
And he 4.69. So even with the false step at the his first step, he slipped, JD.
So 2.46.
Oh, my gosh.
At 6'3", 260 pounds.
That's a specimen.
Impressive.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
he was just zooming right there. I blinked and I felt he went from the 20 to the 30. I was like, oh, my gosh. So definitely the most impressive 40 so far definitely comes from Hot Rod Fitting. Again, the South Carolina product. He is from Booker T. Washington High School out here as well. So definitely looking to put on in his home city.
That's Booker T. out of Georgia.
Oh, he's
Atlanta.
in Georgia?
Yes,
Look at
sir. Me. Different Booker T.
Yeah,
Washington.
you are right, because he was out in South Carolina.
I can't remember who this guy is coming up next.
He ran. Excuse me, just missed the name right there. That he has great strides. He already ran before. I remember he ran a 5.2.
Got him at a 5.17.
Said 5.3 right there.
5.3.
So 5.3 right here. So we've had a couple guys in the low fives. We have one guy that's below 5 right now. And again, that's Hot Rod Fitting, and that he's just separating himself a little bit early here, JD.
Yeah, and then you expect it from a guy like that that's played at a higher D1 level of college.
And again, we got Jones coming back up to run again.
Nasir Jones. What was he, around a 5.2 or 5.3
Yeah, 5.2, yep. I think he's somebody I could see definitely getting right at that 5 mark if he gets a good start right here. He should try to get a little lower on his entry right there. Perfect.
That was better.
That was
better start for Jones.
Oh,
he's moving good.
He's moving. Ooh, 5.18.
Let's see what they got him at.
5.2.
So right around a 5.2. A little bit of improvement.
That is an improvement, but for his position and for his size, and him only being 21 years old, I mean, that's just something I think a lot of scouts will have to at least take a look at.
Sure. I mean, he may be the youngest, if not one of the youngest competitors today.
I believe I saw somebody who's 20. I'll have to look through that and guarantee that, but I believe there was somebody who was 20, but he is definitely one of the youngest.
Well, and these guys don't help us. We apologize. They want to take their shirts off and get all swole on us. We don't know what their numbers are, so we're going to have to listen.
That's Kedu Wells right there, I believe.
Is it Kendu Wells right there?
Yeah, Kendu Wells right there.
Yeah, Kendu Wells, guys, is going to be somebody that we're going to be talking about a lot throughout the day. He's another local product in the DMV out of Woodbridge High School. Or, excuse me, I think it's Mount Vernon High School out of Woodbridge. And I think he's like the oldest competitor,
There's a 40, somebody who's 39 years old. Jimmy is 39.
But Kendu has been around the block a minute, Drew, and talking to him before this competition got started, he's all about business.
Yeah, he definitely is all about business. Obviously, being 36 years old, it's something that you have to really love to come out here and still try to fight, maybe for your last chance. And he already had dreams of when he got the contract of how he would handle himself. And here he's out there moving. He is
says he's going to be in the 4.5 range. We'll see where he's at. I got a 5.02, so
5.07 official time.
5.07 for Kendu.
But still, he put 18 up on the bench today. And again, we want to give a shout out to Kedu Wells. He also just got engaged last night, so we want to say congratulations to him. So I know he's got other things on his mind, but still coming out here and competing. I tell you what, putting 18 up at 225, it's not a very easy thing to do. Okay, and we'll see who's. And this is the Richard Shelton right here that we were talking about earlier in the cast, JD.
Oh, wow. Richard Shelton, yeah. He was a specimen, too. Looked really good on film. Big guy, 6'3", 227, I believe he weighed in today.
Yeah, definitely. He's put together well. We'll see what he does right here. I think he probably wants to get below 5, though. And definitely a good start right here.
He's moving good for a big guy.
Yeah, he's definitely got it. He's got that.
4.95 there.
5.01 is so close to being underneath that 5 mark. And people don't realize, a lot of people think they can get, I can get underneath the 5. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I did that once in my life, and that is not easy to do. You got to really be moving, man. Like, there's a difference between quick speed and going 40 yards fast.
On the fine word.
You know, there's some of these guys that run 4.2s, but those are just otherworldly speed.
Yeah, and you'll see some of those guys here coming up at the receiver and the DB. So what was that, a 5 what did he say?
He ran a 5.01, so just a tenth of a second over.
Yeah,
or actually, not a hundredth of a second, actually.
And Richard Shelton out of Nashville, Tennessee, went to Cane Ridge High School. Had another guy coming up here. Doesn't have his number on, so we're not sure who it is. Did you catch that name, Drew?
I did not catch the name. They didn't say it yet.
These look like these are linebackers now, so.
This is now Jalen Jones.
Jalen Jones.
Oh, and he's zooming. He looked like he was flying out there.
Got a 4.73 on Jones. There he is. Jones, 5'11", 215, linebacker out of Dunbar, West Virginia. Went to South Charleston High School in West Virginia State.
They didn't get an official time right there. Wow.
Well, we got an unofficial time if he wants it.
Yeah, because that was pretty close. 4.75. So unofficial time for Jalen Jones. 4.72.
Yeah, I had him at a 4.73. So, that's a respectable time for a 250-pound linebacker.
That's respect. Yeah, especially I guarantee in this league, it's got to be
look at the dude's legs. I mean, he must do squats 3 or 4 times.
It looks
a
like
week.
Saquon Barkley out there.
He does. It's Saquon legs. All right.
Our next one.
Jamar Smith. 5'11", 208. Moving well. Got him at a 4.83 out of
4.94.
Out of Concord. Went to Concord and Erskine College.
Definitely still fast enough speed to go play at the next level at the wide receiver position. So, is he a DB or wide receiver?
He's a linebacker.
Linebacker. Oh, wow. So this is a linebacker. Yeah, that's why they're in the red group. Yep.
Kendu Wells is up next again.
So he ran to 5.07.
See if he can get under 5. I know he was looking in that 4.6 range earlier when we were speaking to him.
And he didn't start the greatest last time, but he definitely finished strong. Usually, again, your second 40 is typically your fastest.
He's running a 4.8 for sure. If he can get a little bit better start, stay low, get into that drive phase.
He got to explode out of there. Good.
Better.
That was definitely better. Still not the greatest.
Well, Kendu, get up in there.
4.9.
I got a 5 flat.
5.0 flat. 5.05.
Not what he wanted to be at, but still, that's a respectable time. A man that's 36 years old, 215 pound, 14% body fat.
Still out here grinding, and he's playing well.
Definitely should get a good look. We'll see how he does in the drills later on today. He's definitely kept himself in really good shape for, middle-aged, almost a middle-aged man.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, you just look out there. If you look at who's in the best shape, I would have to point right at him or Hot Rod. I mean, those two right there are just physical specimens right now that are just completely put together. Obviously, he probably went a little bit faster than a 5 flat, but I think with his other metrics and his abilities, his 3-cone, his standing reach, and his wingspan were still decent enough to be a viable linebacker.
And we got Richard Shelton up again. Not a bad start for Shelton.
Oh, yeah. Them strides are great.
4.86 I got him at.
4.81. So actually improved. He had a 4. Yeah, he had a 4.
5.01 the last time.
Okay, I thought he had a 4.95 last time, but you're right. Remember they said it was the unofficial was 4.95.
Went to Maryville State College. think that does it for the second run of linebackers. Oh, no, we got one more. Is it Jalen Jones?
Yeah, Jalen Jones going
coming
again.
back up.
We'll see what he gets. I'm saying I think he might break 4.7. He might get 4.68.
Yeah.
4.68.
If he can get a little bit better start, I think he could be definitely in the 4.6s for sure.
So we'll see how he gets started. It's all with the start, ladies and gentlemen. He's in a great posture right there. Explode out. Good explosion.
That is
good
a
first
good
step.
start for Jones.
You got to keep them
moving
legs
well.
striding. Boom. That's a good runner.
4.9 this time.
They said 4.87. 5.04. Wow.
Yeah, so he had a 4.9.
So his dropped substantially.
Yeah, so 4.73 in the first go round. They're going to stick with that time. He'll want to stick with that time for sure. I think we got a new group coming up here. I'm not sure who this is. I missed him on the time.
Oh, he's zooming. He's already ran one though.
No, I don't think he's running.
Well, he did the 4.9. He's what he ran though.
What we didn't catch his name. I wasn't sure. Because I already have numbers, unless that was Jamar Smith. Yeah, he took his jersey off. I had him we had a 4.84 the first time. Jamar Smith.
Jamar Smith. Yep.
He took his jersey off. Sorry, folks.
Mm-hmm. Makes it a little difficult on us when we can't see the numbers.
So I think that definitely concludes the linebackers now.
So 4.95. So fastest time of the linebacker group is a 4.73, and that was by Jalen Jones. So Kendu's going to do a third 40. He's going to try to see if he can get it. Defy odds. Usually the third 40, man, you're pretty burnt out, but he just keeps going. That's what he was telling us earlier. He just doesn't. He's been working his body and getting ready for this for weeks.
Yeah, Drew. The workouts he was telling us he does, the weighted sled pulls and things like that. That's what some of your top athletes do. And if you're not doing things like that and all the necessary plyometrics, as well as your nutrition, because he was talking about the protein, you're not going to be the best version of yourself.
I think that might be his best.
4.88. Let's see what they got.
They said he got a 5.01.
5.01.
5.1. So
5.1. Well,
man, I tell you what, he looked like he was zooming right there.
He had a better start.
But it actually, he was consistently in the 5 to 5.1 range.
Yeah, but like I said, he's right there. He's an edge rusher and a middle linebacker, so I don't see where a 5 flat's really a bad time for him.
It's not, especially being a Mike.
And he's very consistent. It's not like he was running a 5 flat and then a 5.3, so he was right around a 5 flat and then that last one a 5.1. I mean, I know he wanted to see that 4.9 on the clock probably, but.
And we'll see who's coming up next here, JD.
See if we got. If we're going to stick with the defense, we might have the DBs. Again, jerseys are off on a lot of these guys, and that's all we really have to go by with the list we were given. So we'll just have to listen for their name as best we can.
This is DeAndre House.
Okay, we have him on our list for sure. Yeah, I think we're into the DBs.
Yep, we're in DBs.
Here we got him right here.
Yep, he's 6 foot 190. This is the Swiss Army knife. The guy plays wide receiver, DB, and he's a returner from Frederick Douglass High School. He's also played for the Baltimore Bills in the semi-pro league.
Also went to St. Francis Academy as well. So some of these guys, multiple high schools, definitely multiple colleges.
The portal. Got to love it.
Been on several semi-pro teams, and that just tells you how much they want to keep working. The amount of football experience that a lot of these guys have. Moving pretty good. Nice long stride. 4.83 on my clock.
4.96 official time.
4.96.
It was the start that got him again. The last 20 yards were perfect. It was just the first 20. It got slow out of the gate.
And that's what a lot of these guys are going to be, That's their downfall is the start. You know, we've watched it with the D linemen, offensive linemen, and then now the linebackers. You know, it just kind of gives you the feel that, you know, maybe, you know, when, for example, when a lot of these guys get to the NFL Combine, right, they train months for running a 40 2 times. And then you'll never see those guys run a 40 again.
Never.
They train and train and train and get that technique down. And like we talked about earlier, that start you're gonna you know, save yourself at least 0.2 of a second just in a start, which could be the difference of running a 4.6 and a 4.4. You know, so with that start, and we see a lot of these guys struggling with that here today. You know, putting down some really, really fast times. Although there's a lot of good times, that start is crucial in some of these for some of these guys. And like I was getting back to the NFL Combine, you'll never see those guys run another 40. Once they run that 4.39, that's all they care about. And they'll, you know, why run a 4.3?
I'm on
and that's all the scouts are worried about. And they'll probably, to be honest with you, they'll probably never run a 4.39 ever again in their life.
Probably more like and with pads, probably like a 4.6. Like with DeAndre House, they're talking about his technique right out of there. You saw
this guy is moving.
Oh wow, yeah, he's zooming.
I got a 5.03.
4.9.
I didn't get the name on him. He's an offensive guy?
Yeah, he must have been a late addition.
Well, I'm trying to look to see.
You don't have his name.
Well, he's not.
He might have been a guy that just snuck in here.
Well,
got no name on the jersey yet.
An offensive jersey.
He's got a jersey. He might have took it. Deshaun Hunter? Sean Young.
I don't think we had him on our list.
Yeah, we did not have him on the list, but he went a 4.93, and he actually started very good.
I didn't get the number on this guy.
So number 8 right here. He's a DB. Sean Sims.
Don't have him.
Oh, wow, he was zooming right there.
I'm on a 4.8.
4.99, so just underneath 5. 4.99.
You know, we figured that some of these times will get a little bit faster once we got to the DBs because they usually run the faster, even faster than a lot of the receivers that we see sometimes.
So Gerald Palmer Jr. next. He's a 5'11", 180 safety and cornerback.
Yeah, he had a nice film, Gerald Palmer did.
Yeah, he's from actually Phoenix. He went to Central Phoenix High School. He went to Kentucky Christian and Kentucky Wesleyan. Kentucky Wesleyan, a very good football powerhouse in the D2 level.
Yeah, 5'11", 180 pounds is Palmer. Played both safety and corner. Physical DB.
Got a good start, but kind of lost his stride right there for a minute. I think that's going to hurt him a little bit.
Got a 4.68.
5.01.
That was a little faster on the clock. 5.01 for Palmer.
I think he's more of a 4.85, 4.9 guy.
Yeah, and he's going to have to be playing that safety corner hybrid. He's going to have to get his 40 down into that 4.8. So hopefully his second run get him down there a little bit. But like again, you know, some of these starts are a little shaky. You know, that you see their first and their second step just a little unbalanced.
Yep.
So I'm not sure how much training some of these guys have done getting ready for the competition. Because as we noted, you know, some of these guys were late sign up, so could be these guys are just
they heard about the opportunity and wanted to come jump on it, man.
Right.
I think about
Dimitri Hughes, I believe.
Yeah, Dimitri Hughes will be up next. And like you said, a lot of these guys, about 80% of them, I would say, are in football shape that they could go play tomorrow. But 20% of these guys probably did just hear the opportunity late and maybe still have the talent to go out there and do it and get back in shape.
Who's that, Stacy Reed?
Said Dimitri Hughes is up next.
No, but he just got out. He just backed away. I think it's Stacy Reed.
This is Stacy Reed, yep.
5'10", 180 out of Alexandria, Virginia, not far from here. Went to T.C. Williams High School.
Our producers, alma mater. Harry Brown, shout out.
Remember the Titans, that's right. Let's go, Stacy. 5'1",
5:09 official time. So with a little bit of size right there, he can probably play with his strength because you can definitely see his upper body is a little bit stronger. When you're that big and you can play also the safety position, I think you can kind of get away with playing a 5 flat 40.
Right.
But you still they want to see a little improvement on that. Yeah, the Demetrius Hughes is now going up next, and this is going to be an interesting run right here. He has long legs. I feel like I'm feeling 4.8 right here, maybe a 4.75. So Dimitri Hughes, 6 foot 170.
Yeah.
Yep.
Out of Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Went to the Ferrum College, and I think he played for the Virginia Royals as well. And definitely he's out there sprinting.
Got him at a 4.9.
4.84. I was close. I thought he'd break that 4.8 mark, but that's speed right there, ladies and gentlemen. He was out there running, and again, it's these guys. Some of these guys are putting together 90% a great 40, and then there's just something that they're lacking, just a little bit of mechanics.
Yeah, Hughes went to Hopewell High School in Virginia, originally from New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Also can play wide receiver as well.
So this is going to be Dominic Harden, I believe.
Dominic Harden.
Yep, 6'1", 200-pound DB wide receiver from Luke Seymour High School.
Yeah, he's out of Washington, D.C. Shoot. Well, he pulled up, which is good because I wasn't quite ready for him. Well, I don't think this is him. 6'1",
Yeah, I don't believe that's him. That's what they said on the radio.
Couldn't be him. He's a much bigger guy.
Yeah, I would say he. Is this Dayon Kopru? He's 6'3", 220, number 23. Yep, I believe so. So he's a running back, tight end, and defensive end.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he played for the DMV Outlaws. Yeah,
so
Dayon
Kopru. Different guy.
Oh no, they got somebody else. Okay, nope, it's Kopru still running.
Got him at a 5.5.
5.49 official time. So not a half bad number, especially somebody who plays a tight end, defensive end, and also can play running back. He's probably more suited to play. I'd say he looks more like a defensive end, wouldn't you, JD?
Yeah, he definitely is built like a defensive end. I don't have him on my list. I mean, he's on here somewhere.
This is Jasmine Hansen.
I'm trying to flip through this paper.
6'4", 250. He played at Fayetteville State. Says he's a tight end, running back, and defensive end as well. He's getting set up, JD. And again, we've seen some impressive times out here today. I have been pleasantly surprised. I'm also kind of surprised some of the speed isn't as fast as I thought it would be. But, talking about the bench press, some of these guys have done 18 to 20. And here he comes. Hansen coming out. Definitely a good time for Hansen. The 6'4", 250. 5.37. And he looks more like a tight end. I saw him catching passes before the combine started with some of the quarterbacks.
Though, Drew?
It said he had him at 6'4", 250.
What was the position?
Wide receiver.
Oh, he's a receiver? Yeah, he's definitely a tight end.
Yeah.
I saw him on the list.
So we have another addition, Michael Graham, who I do not believe that we have on the list. So Michael Graham, unknown weight and size, but definitely looks like a physical beast out there.
Shoot, I missed him. He's moving too.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's a good start. Good strides. 4.8?
4.7.
4.87 right there. That's pretty. Yeah, I thought he was a little faster than that, but man, 4.87, he was still zooming.
4.87.
I'm also excited, man. Once these 40s finish up and we get to see some of these quarterbacks and running backs and position groups actually get to break down some. So Darian Johnson, excuse me. 5'11", 190 from Woodlawn High School.
I believe we're into the receivers now, receiver category, so we should start seeing a little bit faster times with some of these guys. Johnson's moving pretty good.
Hey, he is a running back.
4.88.
4.96.
4.96 for Johnson.
We'll see who's next.
Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter Gruden. This is a quarterback. 6 foot, 180 pound product from Cumberland Valley High School. He also played at Mansfield University, JD. So our first quarterback of the day. Let's see how he does.
A long stride. Had him at 5.28.
5'2", 6".
Yeah,
So not terrible. Definitely a serviceable, mobile guy. That's faster than Peyton and Tom Brady. This is Heath Williams Jr. right here, 6'2", from Northeast High School.
And this is the guy that looked really impressive on film. He's definitely a true dual threat. Got a strong arm. Seems like he can make all the throws really accurate on his deep ball. Just watching him a little bit this week on film. Out of Clarksville, Tennessee.
Oh, is this actually Riggins? I believe this is.
Oh, is this Riggins?
This is Derico Riggins.
Oh, okay. 5'10", 150. We apologize. They switched up on us.
Yeah, I think Gruden just ran. So we'll have Heath Williams next, I believe. But Derico Riggins with a 4.87.
4.87.
Very fast. 5'10", 150. He also plays wide receiver.
Out of Washington, D.C., went to National College Prep. Also went, and that's high school, college. He went to St. Augustine University and played with the Capital City Seahawks. As we've noticed, a lot of these guys have played with that Capital City team, Drew.
Yeah, right up the road from here. Definitely I've seen about 6 guys that have experience with them. Also some other D.C. and Baltimore area teams. DMV Outlaws have a couple guys. DeAndre Rucker.
Rucker. Yeah, we heard about him, too. Rucker is a
kick returner, punt returner, wide receiver.
Smaller guy, but very explosive.
Played a couple HBCUs, played at Morgan State and Shaw University.
This is where we'll see these next few guys. I'm interested to see Rucker and Griffin and also Nate Monroe from back in our hometown in Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Monroe go at it. Yeah, we actually pulled up beside him coming into the combine today, and he's very excited for this opportunity.
Oh, yeah. There he's moving.
And there's Rucker is really moving.
Rolling.
Wow.
Got a 4.75 on him, though.
4.69.
4.69 for Rucker.
So still our fastest is Hot Rod Fitton. He had a 4.65. So now we have a 4.65 and a 4.69. And I believe that's 4.5 speed right there, JD.
Oh, yeah. Rucker's fast.
This is Alfonso Griffin.
Okay, Griffin was the other one.
5'8", 160. He's another Swiss Army knife. Played for Cap City Seahawks. Played for West Virginia State University as well, too.
Out of Germantown, Maryland.
Oh, yeah, Griffin. Good start. Oh, he's zooming, ladies and gentlemen.
4.70.
4.77. So some of these wide receivers are definitely now picking up the pace a little bit, JD.
Yeah, I don't know if you just said it. He went to West Virginia State.
Yeah, he went to West Virginia State University.
Another Capital City Seahawks guy. Very versatile athlete. Like I said, could play both sides of the ball. I was watching film on him. He had 4 interceptions in one game as a DB.
It's like the Angelo Hall.
Tell you just the kind of athletes some of these guys are that can either, play on, the defensive side or the offensive side.
And this is Marquand Williams, 6'1", 195 wide receiver. He's also listed as an athlete. He played at Mary B. Bradford High. Also played at Minnesota State and Lock Haven University, JD.
Yeah, big physical receiver.
Oh, this is actually Heath Williams, excuse me.
Quarterback Heath Williams, okay.
Because that's
6.
Yeah, the 15 looked like a 16, and they're going back and forth. So
I'm not sure what they said for his time.
I thought I heard 4.9. I thought I said 4.97.
I had him at a 5.3, so
I didn't even get to see that one.
Nate Monroe is up next.
Yep, Nate Monroe next, the Martinsburg product. He's a wide receiver.
I'm saying Nate's going to run in the 4.6s. I have a feeling Nate's going to run in this 4.6 range. He's been working out, training for this. Just out of college, Nate is, so he's been preparing for this for a while.
Good start.
Good run from Nate.
And Nate Monroe.
4.76.
4.63. So that would be the fastest time.
They hadn't said it yet. That was Harry saying that.
Yeah, Harry, our producer, is getting 4.63. I'm waiting to get.
I had him at a 4.76. We didn't hear the official time yet from Nate.
Again, 4.63. So now we have a fastest time, 0.2 seconds faster than Hot Rod Fitton. The Martinsburg, West Virginia product, Nate Monroe, Coming out here and representing out here in D.C., JD. You got to love it, man.
Yeah, I do love it. I know Nate personally, and he's a heck of an athlete, trains hard. This is what he does. Football is his life.
Yeah, I work with one of his buddies as a barber in our shop. And he was talking, glowing about him all day yesterday, and very excited for his opportunity. And
here comes Grundon again. Got him at a 5-1 that time.
5-3.
5-3 for Grundon.
So 4.63 again from Nate Monroe. Fastest 40 of the day, Hot Rod. Fittins, we'll see if he might want to step back up because he only ran one time.
Who, Hot Rod? No,
yeah.
He ran twice.
Did he run twice?
Yeah, he ran twice.
What did he run on the second attempt?
Slower? I'll have to go back and look. I don't want to miss this guy here.
Who is this? Jalen King.
Jalen King. I think, is this his first run? 5.23.
5.35 official time.
5.35. I think I did have Jalen King on my. Yep. No.
So Jalen King looks about 5'6", 5'7".
He was on one of these lists I had. What'd they say his time was there, Drew?
5.35 official. And I think, again, that was a lot because the start, we've been constantly hammering on that, JD, but the start is honestly what's really, kind of killed some of these guys.
And I haven't seen, because I don't think all the DBs went unless there's some late arrivals because the Grundon, he has a twin brother that was supposed to be here competing as well.
His name's Charles.
Let me see. What number is that, Drew? 11? Does that look like to you?
That looks like a number 11, yeah.
So we're
Charles Dickinson.
Okay, he's not one on our sheet.
He must be a late addition.
Charles Dickinson. I believe he's a DB. 5'10".
5'18", so just below a 5'2". Our next one up right here. Yep.
Oh, long strider here.
Wow, good run.
A 5'1".
So that is a 5'1". 5'1".
That's what I had. And who was that? Did they say what his name? I didn't catch his name.
I didn't get a name from that either. Another late addition.
And we apologize. There are several guys on these lists. The numbers grew as the week went on. We got this list earlier in the week. So it's probably about 10 additions, I would say, Drew, to this list.
Yep, there's a couple guys.
Received it.
Like Fred Crozier, I was excited to see him out here. He actually won the strolling challenge, and I was really excited to see him, especially in the one-on-one contest as we move on with the broadcast today.
Yeah, so we do have some additions, but then we also have some no-shows as well.
What's the name?
Sorry, he's trying to get situated. If we could see their number, it looks like 19.
Dominic Harden.
Oh, yeah, this is the first one run.
Yeah, 6'1", 200 pounds, a DB wide receiver from Luke Seymour High School. He also played at Florida, and he's another one from the Cap City Seahawks.
Great start for Dominic, and he's moving well. Nice long stride.
He kind of curved right there at the end to the right a little bit.
Yeah, he did a little bit, but that's one of the best starts we've seen so far.
That was probably the best start.
And I didn't get the watch stopped in time to see what that was, so have to wait to official the official time on Dominic.
What was the time on that, please? So that was a 4.81 for Dominic Harden. Definitely a great run right there. If he didn't curve that right there, where he kind of curved to the sideline, I think it could have been in the 4.7s.
What did you say? It's 4.81?
4.81 was the official time, yes, sir. And I think they're all even looking disappointed. Like, he could have definitely did better than that. So Hunter Gruden back up. Again, the quarterback, 6 foot, 180-pound product from Cumberland Valley High School. He played at Mansfield University as well.
Oh, this is his twin. Okay, so this is Hunter, or is that his brother? I got a 4.88, so I'm not sure which is
4.91.
4.91 for Hunter. So he's the quarterback.
Yeah.
So did we see his brother earlier?
I think it's just him. There's no other Gruden on here.
Yeah, there is. There's Isaiah. It's his twin
Isaiah
brother.
Gruden.
There's Hunter and Isaiah. So
he's a DB. He's number 9. So is he number 9?
Yeah,
so that's Isaiah Gruden. That is a DB. Again, he went to Cumberland Valley High School, but he went to Mid-Penn University.
So that was Isaiah then, correct?
Yes, sir.
He said Hunter. I thought he said Hunter.
Yeah, I heard Hunter Gruden on the walkie-talkie.
What was the time for him?
He was 4.81.
All right. So he must have been a late. He must have got here late because they had already went through the DBs.
Yep. Again, they had testing this morning around 8 a.m. about 30 minutes from here in Rockville. So that's to come here after you already had probably a pretty difficult workout this morning.
Right.
A lot of these guys definitely just dedicated, JD. We see some of the guys stepping over, getting some water. So we'll see who's coming up next. Looks like number 3.
Not sure if we got him on the list or not, Drew.
Yeah, I don't see him on the list either.
Probably a smaller guy, probably. Well, he's a DB.
West is his last name. Yeah, he must have been a late addition because I don't have him on any of my list.
Not ready to go.
So the first 40 time from West. See, a great start.
Yeah, nice start for West.
See how his hands moving?
Yep. 4.85.
4.83.
Yeah.
4.83.
Move like they're moving good, but that's what happens when you're a shorter 5'7", 5'8" guy. Your feet are moving super fast, but you're not necessarily covering
a lot of
ground compared to these 6'1" to 6'3" guys.
That's why striding out.
That's why your man Hot Rod's put down such a good time because he's a big, tall guy. Despite weighing 260 pounds, he's well proportioned, but he's got long strides, and he just moves very well for as big as he is.
That he does. I mean, that first 40, I was like, man, he was flying. There was no kidding. I mean, that's when you look at the SEC brand of football, you have to be able to run that type of 40 to even get on the field there.
So we have number 1 here.
Marcus Hill, I believe, is what the last name was.
Still waiting for somebody to put down a 4.5. Surprised none of these guys yet have ran a 4.5 because I believe a lot of these guys have ran sub 4.6s before.
No, this is okay. So this is number 1. Yeah, we don't have this one either, ladies and gentlemen.
Good stance here. See if he can come out.
Marquise Williams.
He's on there. I believe he's on the list.
It says he's at 6'1". He's not 6'1".
He's 5'10", 5'11", maybe.
Probably 5'11", 195. It says he's a wide receiver and athlete.
The official heights and weights. And he's off. Moving pretty good. Good arm pump. Got him at a 4.88. A lot of 4.8.
4.91.
4.91. A lot of 4.8 to 4.9 guys. That seems to be the popular time. But it's not, not to be critical, but you want some of these DBs and receivers to be significantly faster than some of the linebackers and D linemen, and really some of those times, especially compared to the linebackers who roll right around, a lot of them are right around that 4.9 to 5 flat range. themselves.
And this is DeAndre House again.
So we're kind of starting back around to the top.
House had a really good time for his first time, though, correct?
Yeah, he did. I believe he was in the 4.7s.
He's got a very good stance. He's going to explode right out here. That's a good explosion. Oh, he tripped up.
I don't know if it's the turf over there. Something just isn't right. I got him at a 4.9 that time.
4.93, but definitely that turf. That misstep cost him half a second.
I've seen several guys kind of do the same thing right
it's like,
there.
Because it's right over the mound. You see, it's like almost like an elevation over the mound that's in the field.
There's a dip over there. Well, the mound still should be flat, relatively flat.
Right, it should be.
Who'd they say this was?
I got Heath Williams Jr.
No, that's the quarterback. I don't think that's him.
He said Heath Williams.
Oh, he did say Heath Williams?
Yep.
I'm off then because I'm trying to find. I wish they'd keep it consistent with.
Yeah, like if we should go by position groups.
Well, I thought they were earlier. Now they're mixing it up some.
So Williams getting ready to go on his 40. Stacy Reed, excuse me. Yeah, because Reed went before. So this is Stacy Reed.
5'2" for Stacy.
5'7" for Stacy Reed.
5'7"?
5'7" for Stacy Reed.
Really? He ran off.
It says he's 5'10", 180 athlete. 5'7's kind of.
Yeah, it seemed a little slow. I had him at a 5'2". What position was he again?
It says he is a DB.
Oh,
Stacy Reed. Deshaun Sims.
Okay, I got him on here. No, we didn't have him on here, did we?
No, this is the new addition.
Yeah, I didn't have it. I didn't write down his numbers either. The first run. This is his second run, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Good run. Good run.
4.7.
4.83. 4.83.
Okay. Gotcha.
We got a 4.83 right here. Sean Sims. So definitely a good number, especially for his size. He's lanky. You know, and obviously he's a DB, but, man, I'll tell you what, you put him on the opposite side of the ball. So this is now Gerald Palmer Jr., 5'11", 180 again. Says he has him as a safety and a cornerback. Like I said, he's from Phoenix, but Kentucky Christian and Kentucky Wesleyan.
Yeah, I like. We didn't find a lot of film on some of these guys, but I did find some film on them. Watched him. I like Gerald Palmer. He was a very good athlete, very versatile.
And good start right there.
Yeah, and he's moving well.
Good play.
4.85.
4.82. 4.82.
For Palmer.
4.82. I believe that was an improvement from his last time, was it not?
Yeah, let me see if I got his time last time. Trying to find him on here. Honestly, I can't get my pages flipped around. Yeah, he had a 5.01 last time.
And Johnson about to go back up.
What Johnson is this?
I'm not quite sure.
Wide receiver?
Definitely in the wide receiver group.
.493.
4.99, so just underneath 5. Oh, it's Darian Johnson,
Darian Johnson.
The 5'11 running back.
Running back?
Yep. He's from Woodlawn High School. Again, he went to Southern, LCU, and ETBU in college.
Isaiah Rucker, 499.
So Rucker?
DeAndre Rucker ran a 4.69 his first go-round, so see if he can improve on that.
Our fastest of the day is still Nate Monroe at a 4.63. So, again, we still have yet to find somebody hit 4.5. Oh, good start right there. He's zooming.
Yeah, we'll see if he puts down a faster time. 4.80.
Still waiting for the official time. 4.6. That's what they say, a 4.6 right there. That is now the fastest time.
4.6 flat?
4.6 flat is what the official time is.
Hey, these times are a little inconsistent for me. Or maybe I'm inconsistent.
And that was DeAndre Rucker.
So who we got here? Is this Alfonso or is this Nate? That's Nate again. He's moving pretty well. Let's go, Nate. 4.65. What did he say?
4.57. 4. Did he say 4.97?
Ask him again.
What was that? You said 4.97, correct? Okay.
Well, he's clapping, so he's not at 4.97.
It's 4.57.
4.57.
So the first one the first one to crack the 4.5s. Nate Monroe, Martinsburg, West Virginia product.
Yeah, well, I knew he had a 4.5 anyway.
I was there. There's no way it's a 4.97. 4.57.
It's a great time for Nate Monroe.
That is literally a terrific time.
Definitely what the scouts would like to see, for sure.
Yeah, 4.57. That's league fast times, man.
Yeah, that's you're right. And there's actually a lot of receivers in the league that don't even run a 4.57.
Yeah, some of the best receivers you know are under 4.6s.
Not sure who this guy is coming up. Is this Marquand Williams?
Yeah, Marquand Williams.
Marquand Williams.
He had a good run first time, too, as well.
Big receiver, too, out of Wisconsin, Minnesota State University product. Great size, good ball skills. I think Nate will probably, some of these guys might get an option to run a third time, but you put down a 4.57, and that being the leading time of the day, I think he'll stick with that.
Oh, man.
Marquand is moving. I got him at a 4.60. 4.87? 4.87. That's not a bad time for a bigger
man,
receiver.
He was zooming right there.
Yeah, he looked a lot faster.
That's a big target, man. That's a big target right there.
But again, start is everything in this kind of competition.
Again, like you said earlier in the cast, like there's guys that train for years to really be able to run a good time at the combine, right. And after they get it done, they'll never run it again.
Yeah, they'll never need to run a 40. I think this is the Griffin.
Yeah, I believe this is Alfonso Griffin right here.
He put down a pretty good time earlier, too.
Again, this is the 2025 Rushers R Us Combine for La Liga Football Americano Professional. Again, this is the Latino Football League out in Mexico, made up of 9 teams, was founded in 2016, giving an opportunity for a lot of these guys to get, a second chance or maybe even their last chance for some of the guys, that in their mid-30s to, pushing 40 JD, still have a lot of variety out here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely like to thank Tony Patterson for giving these players this platform, this opportunity today to come out here and compete. Dimitri Hughes.
4.94 from Dimitri Hughes. I believe he ran a 4.88 the first run.
Let me just check here to see where we're at. Is he a DB? Is he listed as a DB? Yeah, he is a DB.
Yep, he's a DB.
So what did he say his time was?
4.94 this
he
time.
ran a 4.84 the last time, so he'll stick with that in his first run.
Wesley.
Did they say Wesley?
Yeah, it's Wesley Childen.
Okay, yeah, we didn't have him on our list
Yeah,
either.
this is
He's a later addition as well. And I didn't get his time either on the first run. Did he have a first run?
Yeah, remember he ran I think he ran the 5.2.
Okay.
Because we didn't get his name either.
He's also a DB. Not a bad start for Wes. Moving well. 488.
5. Yep, right on the dot.
Okay.
So definitely improvement. He ran a 5.2 the first time.
Right.
So we'll see who's up next.
Who's that, Marcus? I'm not sure.
It's Marquise
Williams.
Definitely a solid run right there, too. 5.01. So just below that 4 Terrier. And I feel like, again, his wasn't necessarily to start that time. It was they keep like curving around the mound, JD.
Right.
So I know it's supposed to be flat. Maybe it's a mental thing.
That's what's confused me. There's a Marquand Williams and a Marquise Williams, I believe.
Yeah, we got
not
Marquand.
Related though, I don't think. I'm not sure who he just.
There was another guy, Tyshawn Young Loveless, that we
were kind of excited to see him as well because he's a man of many
talents.
Exactly.
Running back, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, fullback. They have him listed as an athlete. He's from Midwood High School, played in Albany, Lincoln University. I mean, he was definitely portrayed to be a stud. So it was unfortunate we didn't get to see him out here today, as we see some of the offensive and defensive linemen are actually putting on pads. So we should see.
And this is a guy who went earlier, I believe, Drew. And it looks like he pulled up a little bit. So
5.69.
We saw him a couple times earlier. I think he wanted to try to improve on his time. I think that's kind of what they're doing now is going through asking guys if there's anybody that wants to run a third time to try to improve on their previous times. But again, you got to be careful because it looked like he's kind of coming up a little gimpy there. I like this guy. He showed up in full gear.
Yeah. LFA called me. There we are. Hey,
a little advertisement for himself, isn't it?
I believe it because it might be because there's a couple other jerseys like the green over there. There's some of them that have it on the back. This might be something that. So this is Hampton right here.
Yeah, we saw him a little bit earlier. I believe he's a tight end. Was he the tight end?
I think he ran a 5 flat last time.
5.5. I got him at
5.40.
Jansen Hampton. That's I think, or Hanson.
Hanson. Yep, Hanson.
Jansen Hanson. Yep. Tight end, wide receiver.
Jasmine Hanson. Yep, correct.
Or Jasmine. Is that what it said?
Yep, 6'4", 250.
Yeah, big guy. Hunter. Okay.
So
here's the quarterback.
So again, he ran like a 5.3, 5.23, I believe, last time. Definitely, if you're below 5.3, 5.4, you can still be a serviceable mobile quarterback. Oh, good! He got a good first stride right there.
Should be a better time for Hunter, for sure. I got a 5.35.
5.30.
5.30.
So 5.3. So about what he had last time. Again, definitely more of a pocket passer.
Yeah, he did. 5.26 and a 5.3. So he's been consistent right there around the 5.3 range.
So we'll see. I think this is his brother Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah.
Yep.
Grunden next. I believe it's Gruden.
There's an N in there. So
Is there an N?
I think it's Grunden.
Yep,
yeah.
Isaiah Grunden. Not to be confused with the coach John Gruden.
Right.
So Isaiah ran a 4.8 last time. He's out there. He's zooming.
Might be a little faster. We'll see.
Nope, 4.93. Just a little bit slower.
He'll stick with that 4.8 one time.
McMahon.
I believe we have him on there too. I said see his name. I just got to flip through. He's a Joabi McMahon, 6'4", 186. Free safety, wide receiver. Oh, false step there. I don't know what. Took a little double step there. At a 5'2".
It kind of slowed down a little bit there at the end,
too. Went to Muhlenberg High School in Pennsylvania, I believe.
5.11. He ran a fast. I believe he cracked. If he was 4.98, I believe his first run, was he not?
I didn't get his time earlier.
I knew it was just below 5. Witherson.
Witherson, you said?
I think it's Williams.
Or is it Robertson?
I believe it's Robertson.
That might be the kid from West Virginia.
Ethan Robertson, yep.
Ethan
He's from Huntington. He played for the Tri-State Longhorns, too, semi-pro.
He's impressed. His first time.
Yeah, it's definitely a solid run.
Stop it when I wanted to, so I apologize.
5.18 official time.
5.18.
So we got King up next. 5'6", 185, wide receiver DB. He went to Chamberlain High School from Tuscarora County Wolverines as well, or the Warriors, excuse me.
Jalen King, okay.
Let's see how he does. Well,
working on his start.
The clock monitor told him to slow down. Again, so the fastest time so far in the 40s, Nate Monroe, 5.78.
4.57.
4.57, excuse me. I got confused there for a second, JD.
Dyslexia, Drew.
Yeah, it is. Something like that. Something like that. But yeah, 4.57, incredible.
Yeah.
We have Hot Rod right behind him at 4.65.
4.63 or
4.63, yep.
Double check, was right in that range. And then I believe Rucker's right there behind him at a 4.69. King moving pretty well, 5.26. See what the official.
5.43.
Okay.
So to see how many more is going to run.
Should be close to finishing up. I think Robertson is a late. He's getting here late. Drew, I don't think he's waving at you.
I waved back, though, because I wanted to.
I think he's waving at his family.
And I wanted to. Yeah, he probably sees the camera. But if I see somebody wave at me, JD, I'm always going to wave back, my friend.
I'm not sure who this was. He already ran. I know he did.
Yeah, he was a late arrival, too, though. He came in probably about 45 minutes ago or so. But we don't have an official name. Oh, this is Harden. Yep, this is Harden.
Oh, Dominic Harden, yeah. We saw him run earlier.
6'1", 200, DB wide receiver from Luke Seymour High School. Again, he played at Florida as well, so another SEC school entry. So we got somebody from South Carolina, got Oklahoma State University, and we got Florida. So we have 3 Division I guys fighting for opportunity for a contract, too, which I just think is just super cool, JD.
It is, yeah. All walks of life here today. Doesn't matter what level of college football you've played or level of football period. You come out here and compete throw down some good times, good numbers, win in your 1v1s.
Yeah, I think that'll be a huge thing for 4.86.
4.86. He ran a 4.81 the last time, so
4.86.
Pretty consistent for Dominic.
He'll probably stick with that number. So again, Rushers Are Us Combine 2025. We want to shout out Tony Patterson for inviting us out here to watch some really elite talent out here in this area. You know, they definitely have came out, you know, showcased a lot of great 40s. Just tremendous athletes, man. It just shows how hard it is actually to get a contract. When you see some of these studs out here, man, it look like just, you know, machines, and you know they're still fighting for a contract.
Yes, they are. We've got our last competitor here. I believe was that the quarterback?
Yeah, that was Heath Williams Jr. He ran a 5.39.
5.39 was for Heath. I think that'll complete our 40-yard dashes here for today. So some pretty good times thrown down by a few of these guys. That'll get the attention of,
looks like we're doing one more,
scouts. Well, let's see what we got here.
Is this fitting right here?
Okay.
So let's see Hot Rod. See if you can try to get Nate Monroe.
Is this Hot Rod again? Are you sure? I didn't know if it was or not.
Okay. So this is Marquand Williams.
Marquand, okay.
And after this run, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick commercial break, hear a word from our sponsors before we get into our next drill of the afternoon. So we'll see Williams get ready to get up and get after it.
And just kind of waiting for the starter to give him kind of the signal.
So there might still be a couple more. Everybody trying to get their best possible 40, JD, and, you know, hey, we got to understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. And there goes Marquand. Well, he picks his knees up.
Man, he's striding out there, JD.
Out there. I got him at a 4.71. We'll see what they got. Now, is this Kendu coming up again? 4.98 from Marquand.
4.98. I mean, I could see. I mean, he had a good start right there, a great stride.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, man, speed just looks different from everybody. That's what I've really noticed.
It definitely is. Technique and everything is. There's a key to, you know, there's a reason why these guys in the league are running 4.3s, and 4.4s, because it's not easy on a laser timing system. It's not easy. You know, you see a lot of these guys in high school, their profiles and their Twitter or X accounts or whatever, and they're saying they run 4.48s and 4.52s. Sorry, you don't.
It's blasphemous in a way.
You ran a questionable 4.52 hand time is what you ran, but you haven't run a true laser. And my son got really humbled one time. It was when he was a sophomore, so he was a little slower then. He went to he was consistently a 4.6 in the 4.6 range all through high school. Went up to this combine where they had a laser. And he ran a 4.8 or a 4.82, and he was like 4.82,
5.3, and again that was Kendu.
Yeah,
Kendu. Excuse me.
I had him at a 5.08.
They gave him a 5.31.
5.31. Yeah, he better shut her down. That was his fourth 40.
He's gonna pull something. Gotta be
I
careful.
don't want him to.
I gotta see
before we do these one-on-one drills and stuff.
We got the officials out here too. You see how we have two sanctioned officials out here. So this is going to be very interesting. I believe this will be the last one before we go to break. So there'll be two more. So we got two more, ladies and gentlemen. Then you'll get a break from hearing our voices.
We should know him by now. I think he's already ran a couple times. He might have been in one of the earlier groups. Was he in the...
Yeah, he was definitely in the earlier groups.
I do forget his name, though, unfortunately.
When the jersey's not on, it just makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, you just, at that point, Drew, you're trying to go by hair and tattoos.
Yeah, you've got. I don't believe it's not Harden. It's House.
DeAndre House. Is that who?
Yep, DeAndre House.
I still got him at a 4.9.
5.08.
5.08.
So we have a DeAndre Rucker and a DeAndre House. So
and we got one more.
5:08, a little bit slower than his 4.96 from earlier.
Again, and ladies and gentlemen, we'll try to bring in.
This is Harden, Dominic Harden, going to try to better his times. I think this will be his third run at the 40.
And he got the on his wrist. He's got the chain out. If I'm him, I'm taking that off as much as I can. I'm darting.
Take the gold chain. That's a couple ounces there you don't need on around your neck.
He's ready to get after it, though, man. Hey, who are we? You know, might give him some extra pizzazz, you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you. Some of these guys, they need it.
So Harden trying to improve on his 4.81, which was his best time so far.
I do like Harden's frame, though. Definitely very lengthy.
Harden got those long strides as well. I got him at a 4.98.
4.85.
4.85.
4.85.
A lot of these guys just need to work on that start and they'd be fine. And once they get going, they got a nice form and nice long strides. And, Drew, I see some of these guys starting to put some pads on. So it's about to get real serious here at the 2025 Rushers R Us Combine.
Yeah, but
here at Riggs LaSalle Field in D.C. But we're going to take a quick commercial break before we get into any more live action, and we're going to hear for a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
I understand that each client is unique and has their own real estate needs. Whether you are buying, selling, renting, or a seasoned investor, I got your back. My name is Cheryl Yates, an award-winning realtor with ERA Liberty Realty.
I've known Cheryl Yates for over 30 years now, and I've always found her to be the consummate real estate professional. On a personal level, Cheryl has handled 3 sales for us over the past 15 years or so and has done an excellent job on each and every one of them. She communicates extremely well, and you never have to worry about where you're at in the sales process.
What I like about Cheryl is she's dependable, she's on time, she's flexible, and she works hard to get the job done. We had our sales very quickly through Cheryl Yates.
Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Buying or selling real estate? Cater Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Cater Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have over 350 new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Looking for better insurance coverage at a better rate, but you haven't been able to reach an actual person? Goosehead Insurance will help. Neil Powell is committed to helping you and the community get great coverage from a local agent who will answer your call. In Martinsburg, call Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance at 304-707-3549. He will customize a policy based on your needs. Call Neil Powell at Goosehead Insurance today, 304-707-3549.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Atkins, Sales and Finance Director at Opeckin Motors of Martinsburg. Join myself and Home Team Sports TV as we lead the charge into the 2024-2025 high school football season, presented by the all-new GMC Hummer EV.
This vehicle is in demonstration mode, connected by OnStar's high-speed 4G connection. Press the blue OnStar button to learn more.
Opeckin Motors of Martinsburg, 838 East Moeller Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia, 25401, or visit us on the web at www.opeckinmotors.com.
Enclosures Unlimited is a family-owned and operated glass company that has been serving the Northern Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. areas since 1962.
From the first call to the day your glass is installed, we promise fast, knowledgeable, and friendly service. We are always happy to answer all your questions and work with you to design a space that is beautiful and functional. When you choose to work with us, we will treat you as family.
We can provide an estimate via email or schedule a free in-home measurement and design consultation. Please contact us to get started on your new shower enclosure or glass project today.
Here at the Barn, we have been making dreams come true since 1972, where we help women feel their most beautiful for any occasion, from pageant, homecoming, and prom gowns to walking down the aisle in the perfect wedding gown alongside their bridesmaid and their family. Stop by to meet your stylist today to find an affordable gown, and we do offer layaway.
Juwan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
Hop Parker, work Parker, work Parker, work, 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 work.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality. Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Welcome to Cookies and Milk Childcare Center. We have 2 locations conveniently located in Kernersville and Martinsburg. Our mission is to be the leading provider of higher quality care and education services for children ages 6 months to 12 years of age. We provide the highest quality child care available at an affordable cost. For more information, contact us at 304-901-2961.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah.
And I'm Braden, and we are Brothers Bin Blasting, your bin blasting all-stars.
A unique sanitizing service begins right after your local trash collection. With a scheduled pickup time and location, we arrive promptly to clean your bins on the spot.
Our advanced 360-degree cleaning heads and pressurized water heated to over 200 degrees ensures a powerful blast blasting away 99% of all germs and bacteria. Visit our website at brosbinblasting.com and use code GETBLASTED to receive 50% off your first cleaning.
Transform your yard with custom fence and deck, where elegance meets function. Serving Martinsburg and surrounding areas for over 30 years, our expertly crafted decks and fences offer both beauty and protection. From classic woodwork to modern vinyl, experience the craftsmanship that truly elevates your space.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle with True Performance Fitness. I'm one of the owners here. True Performance Fitness as a whole, we brought this gym to the area and we wanted to bring every walk of fitness in one building. So that's exactly what we did. We have strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, CrossFit. We have posing rooms, a full turf, a full track outside. We even have a basketball court. We wanted everything to be under one roof. So that's just kind of the thing that we did. We also went out and we made sure that we got top of the line equipment. We also make sure that all the pads and everything are getting replaced and all the machines are being taken care of properly. That's just something we strive to do for this community. We also like to give back to the community with donations, fundraisers, and other stuff for kids and the families around. So that's just kind of who we are as a gym, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Since opening in 2017, we have been the local hangout spot to watch a game and meet up with family and friends. With over 15 TVs, there isn't a bad seat in the house. We have arcade games, including the world's largest Pac-Man, 2 pool tables, and more, serving a full food menu ranging from appetizers to steak dinners, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week, and later on weekends. Daily drink and food specials, and of course, happy hour from 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. Come on out to Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill.
Looking to enhance the beauty of your outdoor space? Look no further than R&L Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact R&L Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
I understand that each client is unique and has their own real estate needs. Whether you are buying, selling, renting, or a seasoned investor, I got your back. My name is Cheryl Yates, an award-winning realtor with ERA Liberty Realty.
I've known Cheryl Yates for over 30 years now, and I've always found her to be the consummate real estate professional. On a personal level, Cheryl has handled 3 sales for us over the past 15 years or so and has done an excellent job on each and every one of them. She communicates extremely well, and you never have to worry about where you're at in the sales process.
What I like about Cheryl is she's dependable, she's on time, she's flexible, and she works hard to get the job done. We had our sales very quickly through Cheryl Yates.
Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
Buying or selling real estate? Katra Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Katra Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have over 350 new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
And here, guys, we are back at the Rushers Are Us Pro Football Combine. J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer. Right now we're going to have a word from the owner of Rushers Are Us, Tony Patterson. Tony, what do you got for us?
How you doing? I'm Tony Patterson. So we just finished our 40s, but earlier today we started off with the 40. We started off with the Pro Agility, 225 bench, the 5-10-5, the L drill, and the vertical jump. They had some amazing numbers there. Guys already started to separate themselves, and everybody just really couldn't wait to get out here and start what we're doing now, which is the actual football drill. We just ran the 40, seen some good times, seen some guys who really need to work on their form so they can get better times. But now is the real deal. The LFA executive, they already just talked to the guys, and they explained that the measurables are cool for setting the standard, but football is what matters. So this portion right here, everybody out there in TV land, you really want to pay attention to this, because this is where guys are going to really separate themselves, and we're going to find out who's going to the LFA and who's going to have to either come back next year or just call football quits altogether. All right?
And again, we want to thank Tony Patterson for joining us on air today. It was great. Like I said, we saw the 40s, and they were talking about the pre-measurables they had from 8 to 12 earlier in the day. Again, but this is the real part, JD. This is where things actually start to heat up. We get to actually see real live actual football. I know, obviously, some guys had the pads on, but we're going to see a lot of, the shorts and the shirts guys, man, the guys that look like All-Americans without the pads on, but still get to go after and go get it, JD.
Yeah, definitely, Drew. Thanks to Tony for giving us that little kind of rundown on what we've seen so far here today and what we're going to continue to see throughout the rest of this combine. And like you said, you've got guys with their pads on, so some of these maybe defensive, offensive linemen, and possibly even some of the linebackers are going to really get after it. Got helmets they're going to throw on. We're going to see little 1v1s with the wide receivers and the defensive backs. Also, they're warming up, running routes, and going through some warm-up drills as well. So it's about to get real serious, and you guys stay put. We got a lot more live action coming to you here at Riggs LaSalle Field, right here in the heart of Washington, D.C., and it should be great and a lot of fun, Drew.
Yeah, obviously, I really can't wait. This is what we're here for. Obviously, I love to see the 40s, see guys get up after, but now, man, we got a football out here. It's the first time you and I have got to see any football coverage since, November of last year. So, hey, man, we've been chomping at the bit.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Something kind of like a warm-up to what we do normally in August and then going into September. Gives us a little bit of football to kind of warm ourselves up. The NFL ended a couple months back. We got the UFL. Thank goodness, for that. Everybody still got football in their blood. It gives everybody an opportunity to come out here and showcase their talents today. Because some of these guys, kind of feel like they might have been forgotten about. They've been out of college for a few years, and so they're ready to get throw their names back back in the hat basically, and continue their careers is more or less what they want to do. And if they can get paid a little something for it, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Some of these guys, like we were talking in the car earlier on the way here, man, some of these guys would rather go play football than work a 9 to 5. And you know what? I get it. Who wants to go work a desk job when you can go out there and play a game that you absolutely love? Obviously you really have to love this. If you come out here, on a Saturday, who knows, you could have had fun last night and you still come out here and take care of business. That's what you got to respect about these guys. And obviously, we've seen a couple, players, Hot Rod Fitting really impressed us. Nate Monroe, the Martinsburg, West Virginia player, man, I tell you what, we've seen a couple of these guys that really are going to have an opportunity to go pursue, other opportunities, even if it's not in the LFA.
Yeah, I was real impressed, like you said, with Hot Rod Fenton. Looks the part. He is the part. We'll see how he does on in some of these other football drills. That's going to be ultimately the biggest test for a lot of these guys, especially receivers. You can run a fast 40, but can you run routes? Can you catch footballs? Also, where is your football IQ?
Right.
That plays a big part, just like in any sport. So that's going to show out here for all these scouts, and that's going to sometimes separate the good players from the great players.
Of course, and to take that step from being just a good player to a great player, it really does start here. And I think evaluating yourself, like, hey, you got guys that probably imagine themselves running a 4.5 or a 4.6 and they getting a 5 flat. Okay, well now this is your second opportunity to come out here and show, hey, I can make plays with the football. Don't worry about the pre-measurables, man. If you put the football out there on the field, that's when you got to go make a play. And I think that's what we'll see out here. I think a lot of these guys are actually much better football players than the measurables say, and that's why they're fighting for LFA contracts. That's just being honest here, is because maybe not their measurables are the greatest, but what they can do on a football field just to be seen, I think that's what's going to separate some of these guys as well.
And that's why you see a lot of these at the NFL combine. Some of them choose not to run the 40. Some of them choose not to throw if you're a quarterback. They wait sometimes till their pro days. They know what they can do. They're football players. And when their number's called, they show out on the field. And what they do on the field is the most critical aspect of the whole thing. Sometimes the numbers are all great to look at paper and be like, oh, he runs this 40, he has a broad jump of this and a vertical of this. But can he play the game of football, and does he know what he's doing when he gets out there?
Yeah, and I look at some of the former teammates that I've had that not necessarily maybe weight room strong, or again like their measurables aren't the greatest, but I tell you what, they put the pads on and they were phenomenal out there. And you see them in a weight room and it looks like, man, you don't even belong here. What is this? It's sometimes just a flip that gets switched. It's unparadox. You don't quite understand it, but hey, guess what? It's the truth. So I'm excited, JD, to come out here and see this, man.
Yeah, me too, Drew. These guys continue to warm up, getting ready for the next phase of this combine. So we're not 100% sure what we're going to see just yet, as we have some of the offensive and defensive linemen still padding up over there. Quarterbacks, receivers, DBs warming up over here catching footballs. So we're probably just still a few minutes away.
Okay.
So we got Jay on the rover cam there. He'll be getting all our field view cams, or our field view action, shots, and Jamari Robinson on our main cam. Also like to thank, as always, our producer Harry Brown, who's back in action. Yep, he is the GOAT. Been around for years and years, haven't you, Harry?
I mean, and ladies and gentlemen, if you could see just the way we have everything set up, everything has a place. It's honestly a thing of beauty, at least in our eyes. It's phenomenal that we can come out here and get set up. Beautiful field out here in DC. I did not know what to expect coming here today, JD. We were both, not necessarily, I wouldn't say skeptical, but we were like, what are we getting ourselves into? And it's a pleasant surprise. I get to see the pads on. I mean, you see the pads out there right now, JD.
Definitely weren't expecting the guys to throw pads on. So when that all of a sudden you see pads and helmets, you're like, okay, something's about to go down here, because
definitely the lineman drill. They're going to probably play live action, I would say.
Pads cracking and.
Yeah, a little 2-on-2, man. I'll tell you what would really get me going to see an Oklahoma drill. Oh, my gosh. Hey, I might go through the pads on myself.
I don't think we're going to see that, Drew. That's getting in a little deep, but we definitely going to see some pass rushing, some blocking with the offensive defensive line. Definitely need, some gear for that.
And I just love all the back of the jerseys with the guys that are in pads says LFA, call me. And like that's I love that little slogan right there. Don't worry about the name on the back. Just try to get into the league. So we'll see what we get started here first. It would be nice if we maybe had a little itinerary, but it's kind of everything's organic out here, and that's beautiful to see in its own way.
Yeah, well, we will do the best we can with the view we have down here on the field level of getting. Now these guys have got their jerseys back on, so we will try to make sure we get all the names correct for you guys. Looks like they're going to just start running. You got the quarterbacks trying to warm up the center and some of the quarterbacks.
Very high exchange right there, though, JD. He definitely has the ability to be a snap. There you go. That's a good snap right there. And our first quarterback.
A lot of these guys have not played together at all. A few of these guys may have, as we saw. A lot of them are part of that Capital Cities Seahawks team. As now we've got some receivers versus DBs. Nice route there. Defended there by Harden. What a great route. And like I said, I apologize. We don't have all the numbers. I think that was Marquand Williams making that catch.
All righty. So, again, the one-on-ones. Again, like JD just said, we don't have the numbers for everybody. We did see mostly everybody's put their jerseys back on now, which is terrific. So our first quarterback back there, I believe that is Heath Williams Jr. And a pass completed across the middle there. And that was caught by number 8. And that's So again, we're still trying to get as all the numbers that we possibly can. Again, we had a lot of late entries.
Yeah, a few more guys, I believe. We had 36, 37, Drew. I believe we're topping out into the 40s now with the total numbers, which is great.
But we probably had about 4 no-shows, I believe.
Yeah, we did. We had a few of those as well.
So a lot of late entries, but a couple people dropped off, and they're replacing those numbers. So, ladies and gentlemen, just please be patient with us.
Grundon at quarterback now.
Oh.
Nice slant route across the middle, complete.
A little double move action right there.
Yeah.
Jad, like he was going to run a little out route, ended up running a nice little slant pattern right there. Great hands, catching it with his hands and not his body. That's what you like to see from a wide receiver.
That was Darian Johnson on the catch. He was matched up, I believe. I don't know if we have his number. It was his number 16. I'm not sure. I didn't get his name earlier. So, again, we apologize. We didn't get all the numbers. Man, that was Gerald Palmer. Excuse me. So, and we got Kendu Wells playing outside linebacker, matched up against the tight end.
This would be an interesting matchup right here.
And this is where sometimes your 40 is not going to be come into play a whole lot. Kendu with decent coverage. Catch was made.
Little pigtail route right there. Fake like he was going, a little in route and then pigtailed it back out. Wells kind of jumped over top of that too early. But otherwise, great route. Great ball there as well, too, as now we have Heath Williams again.
And that was Dion Corprew.
We got Rucker on the offensive side of the ball. Rucker going deep into a post pattern. Great ball from Williams. Oh, just a little bit outside of his reach. And that's where this chemistry is kind of come in and affect some of these guys. These wide receivers probably just got today to work with some sort of chemistry, with Williams, with Riggins, and Gruden. So
they're not always going to be on the same page. It's going to take them a little bit of time here.
But that was a great route right there. That post pattern was about a 12-yard and in. He went up there and tried to get it. But again, that's where kind of the 40 times come in. You got to be able to track down that football.
Nice route.
Oh, let's see if he drops over top.
Dropped it right in the bucket. Beautiful throw. Was that Heath Williams on the throw?
That's Grundon.
That was Grundon. Oh, nice throw
Great
there
ball
by
from Grundon.
Hunter Grundon.
Dropped it right into the bucket.
Harden on, I believe that was Harden on the coverage.
Yeah, it was. And that was Jasmine Hanson with the reception. Great. You saw how he contorted his body, too. He looked over his left shoulder, and you saw that the ball was kind of pigtailing back in. So he looked back over his right shoulder, dropped right in there. Great route, great throw. It was honestly not the worst coverage in the world either.
Now, maybe this is Harden because he's the one that didn't have – there's several guys that have similar hairstyles, so we apologize if we're not getting some of these names right. Because Harden –
and that's Richard Shelton lined up now at wide receiver. Harden covering him.
A little bump coverage there. Nice out
and
route.
Great grab right there. Full extension. Richard Shelton, the third. Again, we were speaking about him on the car ride up here. We were really impressed to see him. 6'2", 225.
Shelton's big. Definitely a big guy. Nate Monroe now out here at receiver. Watching Nate Monroe coming in and out of his breaks. Really quick, shifty athlete, as we saw in his 40.
Yeah, he played for
good
Cameron.
Route runner.
He came for
nice
Cameron.
dig route across the middle. You saw that quickness and speed from Nate Monroe.
Flew away from him.
I mean, Nate's got just an explosive.
And you see what he did right there, JD? He just finished all the way into the end zone.
That's what you want to see. You want to see coaches want to see you take it to the house. They don't want to see you stop at the 10 to 15-yard line.
No, take it all the way into the end zone.
And here we have
Isaiah Grundon, right?
Is this Isaiah or is this – no, this is Ethan Robertson. I believe it's the Huntington High.
Oh, yeah, this is the Huntington. Yep, Ethan Robertson.
Against, I think, is that Jalen King? On the defensive side, he's a little stockier DB. They're trying to match him up a little bit better. As you see, Robertson, a good bit taller. I think they want to match him up.
Yeah, the 5'6" and
we've got some of the linebackers versus tight ends and bigger receivers on the inside. So every couple reps, we're going to see the linebackers get an opportunity to go as well.
And definitely, we've seen a couple of these receivers have really made some good plays too. The route running has been very solid. Defensively, a lot of these guys still, they'll find cues when guys start running off, their routes. Maybe somebody has a telltale when they run a slant compared to a post or an out route. And obviously, your first time guarding up against somebody is very interesting.
So, Robertson versus Grundon. Robertson looks like he's running a post or a fly
little
pattern.
Comeback route right there.
Yeah, it was. Everything looks like a go until it's not.
It just all of a sudden stops. I mean, he planted his foot in the ground right there. Great comeback route, but again, that chemistry kind of played the fact.
They're not on the same page. It's hard. Like I said, these guys are going to have to get several reps with each other. Some of the quarterbacks, receivers, different speed and sizes and abilities. So it's going to take a few times through before a lot of these guys start getting
great
that
fresh coverage right there. Way to break off of it.
Offensive side, nice little post, wide open down the middle of the field.
And that's a touchdown, though. See, you got to look at that. Except you probably should try to dive out there and try to grab it, but at the same sense, you see that the capability, the straight line speed was incredible right there.
Yeah, and that's where, like I said, 40 times don't necessarily matter. If you can get yourself open downfield, and that was Jalen King on the coverage, and you'll see him as a stockier, he almost looks like a smaller linebacker. He's only 5'6", but 185 pounds. But he can also play wide receivers as well. And
great route right there.
A little physical out there. I like to see that.
A little quick. I mean, there's a 2-yard gain right there. Linebacker did his job, kept him inside and had the open field tackle. Great coverage, and it was a great catch, though.
I believe it's that Dimitri Hughes on defense now for the first time.
And read that really well. Oh, he had flat feet right there, though, JD. You saw he stopped and ball watched for just a second. If he kept his feet moving and tried to track down the football, he could have had an interception right there. And maybe, just maybe, could have got you a contract.
Yeah, Dimitri made a pretty good play on the ball, kind of cut his route off a little bit.
He did. So, I mean, he made the play, don't get me wrong, but if he would have actually kept his feet moving or just shuffled his hips, he could have had an opportunity at least for an interception right there. But still, your job as a defender, make sure the offensive guy don't get it. Oh, great route right there.
Yeah, nice
and
catch.
Great grab, fingertip grab right there.
That was Richard Shelton on the coverage right there. You see Shelton, that outside linebacker, had a little bit of disadvantage with the smaller, quicker, shiftier slot receiver.
Yep,
I believe that was Rucker.
And sometimes that's what you're going to be matched up. You're at that position. You're going to see a lot of slot. You're going to see a lot of running back coming out of the backfield. With option routes. It's a tough position to play. So with his size and his speed, he still has the ability to cover that. And he's still young.
This is Jasmine Hansen, the tight end. Covered pretty well. A little bit of contact there, but the officials are out here. I don't think they have flags to throw, but they're just out here, I guess, kind of getting a feel for everything, kind of trying to get themselves back in the groove and kind of keep control of everything as best they can.
So, yeah, we don't have a number 24.
And I believe that is Stacy Reed.
Yep, Stacy Reed. He's out there in coverage now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, got by him.
I'm trying to see who that is. The smaller guys. That's DeAndre Rucker.
Yeah, Rucker.
I apologize. I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Griffin and before. Now we got Nate Monroe coming up. Impressed on his first rep.
Had a touchdown, man.
And a dig across the middle. He's going up against Chris, forget his last name. We apologize. He was a late addition. He is right in the grill of Nate Monroe.
Rips off that press coverage.
Nate Monroe stacks him.
Oh, good route. Post
down
corner.
The field. He's got Monroe. Deep can Monroe get to it? He can't, but nice ball.
And good speed right there. Monroe is right there. If he would have laid out.
Yeah, Monroe did exactly what he got. He stemmed him out, stacked him, had the position just a little bit out of reach for Monroe. But I think he won that rep. The catch wasn't made, but like you said, there's a lot of differences between the quarterbacks and receivers. But I say that's a win for the receiver.
And right there, that was good
down
defense.
The field.
Great coverage right there.
Trying to see who that was on the coverage. You would think we'd start learning. And we have. It's you got 40-plus guys out here.
First time ever seen him.
Nice route there.
Ooh.
Nice route.
You saw that foot plant right there. He just got right to the sideline.
Yeah, I like that route. I don't know if he was a late addition to our list. Drew, did you get to see who number 1 was earlier when he was running the 40?
Number 1. Didn't get to write his name down either.
And he went against... Who did he just go against? He went against Gerald Palmer. So
we got Reed back out there.
So Reed, they finally made him put a jersey on. He's going against, I thought this was, see, now he's just out of his reach. So the guys that also have red jerseys on are also DBs and receiver. They're DBs, but they also play receiver.
Yep.
We didn't get his.
Black jerseys are strictly just offense.
But what I'm thinking, Drew, is he's listed, whoever number 3 was listed
on Rucker
as a receiver. Nah, Rucker's right there. Yeah, everybody's going deep here. Number 14, that was Rucker. So I don't know. Alfonso Griffin, that could have been Griffin. He wears number 10 on the black.
I think that
but
was
I don't
Griffin.
know if he is wearing number 3 in the red. I don't know if they're switching jerseys when they come off. I'm not really.
Yeah, there's just been so much
that.
number changes. It's very difficult. But, the whole purpose of these guys are getting an opportunity to create some tape for themselves as well, too.
We definitely are doing the best we can to follow these guys. Or back to the tight ends now, as Kendu Wells is on defense, going against number 23.
Oh, good jamming. That double move just got Wells.
Nice number new. I believe that's Deion Corprew again, a big 6'3", 220.
And he just hit a little celebratory snake dance out there.
Yeah, he's another Maryland product out of Clarksburg High School. Played for the semi-pro team DMV Outlaws. And I tell you, I love watching football, more football-related drills. 40s are fun to watch.
Man, seeing the ball, though.
For the times. But when these guys are running routes and catching footballs, it's a whole different thing. It feels more like football. Oh, a nice little route.
Oh, that's going to be a grab.
Route.
Oh, just a little bit.
Couldn't quite make the catch. And that was, I believe, Harden on the coverage.
Okay.
And who's that? Number 19 That was Darian Johnson, the running back. Also plays wide receiver as well. He's out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so.
We got Williams back to pass now.
That might have been a flag.
Yeah, there's the flag.
The first flag of the day.
3 of them. We saw 3 flags right there.
So the officials do have flags. Didn't see them in there at first, so.
They were letting them play.
Definitely letting them play, but that was a hold for sure. There on number 25. Was he the receiver or was he the defensive guy? 25.
He was the defensive guy right there. Yep.
Yeah. These guys switching. Not sure who we got for that.
Was that Jalen Jones? Nope.
He wants to go again, so he wasn't satisfied with the penalty call. So
red number 27. That's Jalen.
We got back out of the backfield, makes the catch.
There was
number
a little
8.
Little out route right there.
Yeah, I tell you, these guys, when you start doing these 1v1s, it gets super serious out there. Even though there's no pads, that kind of takes away from some of the dynamic of it because everybody wants to, see these guys hit, but got to keep everybody safe.
Yeah, you got to keep them safe right now.
I mean, we will see a little pad action with some of these offensive defensive linemen here in a little bit.
Oh, just missed him over the middle.
I believe that might have been. I get mixed up between 16. That was Marquand Williams as the receiver there. Who is that? Is that a number 16, Drew, or what? No, that's
1. Oh, you're talking about?
No, nice
the double move.
Double move got him.
Oh,
and
he dropped
the ball.
Oh man,
that was almost too easy. Great double move. A little hesitation there.
He got him, man.
He's going to run that quick little out pattern, but you got to make that catch, Drew.
I mean, that's like, an A+ move right there, and an F- finish. You know what I mean? That's just, you're never going to win with that.
So we got
you got to catch it.
Rundon versus Rucker.
Oh, great comeback route. Oh, just a little high. Just a little
high.
high.
On that route, though, I give Rucker the benefit on that one because he did win that route. DeAndre Rucker, the smaller guy. Who we got up here? I apologize. We're trying to see who the quarterbacks are. And there's Monroe again.
Just over the top.
Beating his man, but just can't quite connect on the throw.
Chemistry's huge, JD. That's what we've been talking about. I mean, it's ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to keep up with every single play because they're just moving guys in so fast.
Yeah,
but I mean, just talk about the product on the field. I mean, we have seen a lot of these receivers really get open. Again, the chemistry from the quarterback and the receiver, you can just tell. Heath Williams especially has a really live arm, but pinpoint accuracy over 20 yards has really been kind of a struggle for Williams. And it looks like Grundon, he's completed a couple passes too, but these quarterbacks are still learning their guys, so it's just going to take a lot for them, JD.
Yeah, Drew. You said it best. It's hard. Number one, hard for us. They're going through it so quick, so we do apologize if we miss a few reps, a few of the guys. But at least you guys can see on camera who's going. We're trying to keep up with as fast as possible. It's hard sometimes to see which quarterbacks are rotating in as well from our point of view.
Yeah, the huddle's right there, blocking us off from seeing who's the quarterback. Right now it's Heath Williams, but I can't see him until he drops it. Oh, that was almost a great ball.
And they're calling that incomplete. He was looking for the hold. I believe that was.
I think that was pretty clean coverage right there. It's just honestly, Williams fit that through the window right there, yeah,
he did.
Right now, I'm watching these wide receivers, of course, but now I'm looking at these quarterbacks more. Now that they're warm, they've had each at least 10 or plus throws. Now the chemistry should build itself in here.
So now we got Griffin versus Demetri Hughes, and Griffin's going deep.
What a drop! See, there we go.
Catch, just used his speed and ran a go right past Demetri Hughes.
Pretty sure that was Grundon with the throw right there. And, man, he's had 2 really good throws. His last two throws have been solid touchdowns, you know what I mean? So, again, we have the quarterback room is pretty talented as well. A little undersized, seeing a lot of guys 6'1", 5'10". So, have to make up with their arm. And, again, I can't even see. That is Derrick Riggins.
Route.
And Riggins just a little underthrown right there.
Riggins on the, that's Stacy Reed covering De'Erica Riggins.
Yeah, De'Erica Riggins, the quarterback.
Oh, the quarterback.
Yep, he was the one, number 6. Now they have.
Let's see who the receiver was on that. I wish we knew number 3. I don't want to.
That's number 12. Again, that's Grundon. That's great defense right there. Terrific coverage. I need to skip a little bit. Tell him I can't see the quarterback.
So here goes Rucker again, number 14, guarded by Harden. Nice little
Great,
out.
man. That's 3 catches he's had with fingertip grabs. I'm talking about, that's when I look at a receiver, I watch their technique a lot because even some of the great receivers let the ball come into their chest, and a great receiver catches the ball with his fingertips. Man, it has soft hands, and that was, I tell you what, great hands right there.
And let's see what Nate Monroe could do. He's looked good so far. Another dig across the middle behind him. Could have been easily picked off. Nice route by Monroe.
And that was Riggins right there. And now we have Heath Williams back up. Again, Riggins plays he's number 6. He also has been getting receiver reps too because he plays quarterback and wide receiver. He is a Washington, D.C. native as well too. And now we have Williams back to pass.
There.
Oh, great drop step right there.
A little double move to nice ball.
And Heath Williams really starting to heat up out here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. He has completed his last 3 passes for touchdowns.
Williams definitely has the best deep ball. He hasn't always connected early, as we talked about, but as we start seeing the adjustment with the speed and the chemistry between the receivers and quarterback, Heath Williams is definitely starting to make his move.
And I don't think people don't understand how difficult it is to play quarterback when you don't know who you're throwing the ball to, really. I mean, this is the first time these guys are throwing to each other. And now we have Grundon back to pass now. And that's a nice little ball, too. But a little short. It just dies there at the end.
And I believe that was Harden on the coverage. They made him put a jersey on finally. Well, I still don't have number 1's name. If he ran the 40, I apologize.
Yeah, we just don't have it.
He's looked good running routes, 1 and 3.
What is number 1 and number 3?
There's Riggins back to pass, the lefty.
Nice coverage out there, knocked away by Stacy Reed.
Yeah,
He's done well in coverage today. Stacy Reed Jr., 5'10", 180.
I think he's only gave up 1 catch, right?
From Alexandria out of T.C. Williams High School.
So Riggins back to pass again. We got a little wheel route right here.
Yep.
Oh, he dropped that right there.
Nice coverage there by Shelton as well. The outside linebacker. Is that
Let's go.
Oh, nice route there.
Touching catch.
Yes. Won the route, but didn't make the catch. Definitely got to make the catch. So the other Gruden, or is this Nate Monroe now? Oh, he got right past him.
Oh,
nice
great
route.
drop. And great grab. Oh, my. He went full extended and pulled that down.
Yeah, Nate Monroe showing out here today, Drew. I mean, he's definitely, obviously probably one of our favorites, we got to say, because he's from our hometown. But
he's been
aside
playing. He's been
from that,
balling.
He's ran the fastest 40. He's running sharp routes, making catches, getting open, and he's just fired up and excited to be here.
JD, listen, it's only bias if he wasn't balling. The kid's out here playing well. A little miscommunication right there.
Yeah, King had him on the slant or the post, and then he cut it back out on the post corner, and the DB didn't bite on the slant, and he was right there ready to make the play and couldn't make the catch. Again, guys, we are out here at Riggs LaSalle Field in Washington, D.C. for this 2025 Rushers R Us Pro Football Combine. All these athletes are, competing for an LFA contract, trying to get signed. Another nice
great ball. Another great
there
grab.
By Williams. Yeah, and another good grab there.
Williams is really
ripping it in.
He might have the best ball out. Yeah, I mean, I'll just tell you what, I've been very impressed with the chemistry that is now building amongst the quarterbacks and wide receivers here.
Yeah, Darian Johnson on that catch as well.
Yeah, Darian Johnson been playing extremely well, but Williams,
He's
man.
listed as a running back, plays receiver too. Got a little hold. Ball
definitely a hold.
They're
Yep.
going to call that one. Our second penalty of the day.
Yep, so grabbed him by the back of the jersey.
Appreciate everybody tuning in today. You're all watching Home Team Sports. J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer here at this 2025 Rushers R Us Combine.
Yeah, it's been exciting, J.D.
It's been a great day. It's cloudy, but it's nice and warm out, probably 75, 78 degrees today. And the rain has held off, so it's worked out perfect. Nice route.
Oh, Dot. Great ball.
Good ball by Hunter Gruden.
Yeah, 73 degrees. A little wind, about 10 mile per hour gust every now and then. But I tell you what, it's been an incredible event. To be able to see, we give a shout out to Tony Patterson, putting on an event for some people to still be able to change their lives. I mean, a lot of these guys could have just given up and quit, but they're still out here balling. Again, I've been impressed with about 4 or 5 guys I truly believe have a chance. And great double move right there, man.
Tucker, can he make the catch? He's there. He didn't make the catch, but good ball. Not a bad route, though. He did get himself open. Didn't quite have enough to get there, but
I tell you what, if you recall the Washington game where Isaiah Beard had, that huge performance, he was going off on that double move, that stop and go. Oh, and that just kind of reminded me right there. I was like, man, that was our Home Team Sports Player of the Game back in October, and that was one of the most impressive wide receiver performances that we've seen.
Great defense there.
Reagan's got some zip on the ball, man. I tell you what, it definitely has.
He does. He's not a big quarterback. He's a smaller built quarterback at only 5'10", 150 pounds, but he definitely can sling it.
He's ripping the ball. I think a little bit the velocity is good, don't get me wrong, but he's not putting enough zip behind that. So the ball is dying out a little bit on him after about 20 yards.
Stacy Reed on defense, ready to go against number 16. I believe that is Marquand Williams. He's out of Wisconsin. He also went to Lock Haven University, so in the PSAC.
PSAC, man. Prestigious D2 football conference, that's for sure.
Tough conference to play in.
Lock Haven, Cal PA, Shippensburg, Shepherd, and
post route.
Grundon, nice ball right there.
Nice catch there by Williams over Reed. So now we got Darian Johnson again going against Jaylene King. I believe, is that King? He's playing DB and receiver. Nice slant route.
And he just looked by him, gave him the Tyreek Hill deuce sign. JD, man, that's just not fair.
Yeah, I feel bad for King, but you know what? He'll get him back on the receiver. Once he gets back over the receiver, he'll get him back. As you see some of these guys kind of switching sides to receiver to DB. Ethan Robertson again out of Huntington High School. Little post corner. Can Robertson get to it? He's there. He makes it.
He just drops it. Just fell off his fingertips. But that was a great last-second contest right there. He knocked the ball away while he was going down to the ground. Little punch-out right there. That was great defense.
Did we ever get number 3?
Yeah, we never got number 3. We got Wes.
Or 1. What, Wes is number 1?
Wes is number 1. We don't have a last name for Wes, though, unfortunately.
So Isaiah Grundon now.
Okay, so Wes is out there at receiver right now.
Wes is 3. Little stutter and go. He's open. Nice catch.
Ball right there.
Wes. Good quickness
and you saw how he put another 2 steps down before.
And he put that on a rope, too. It wasn't just a lofty throw down the field. And once again,
oh, we see the
Williams-
backflip right there from Wes. Oh my God. That's going to get played outside of the fact of what he just did on the field, but that is an athlete right there.
Heath Williams Jr. is showing himself today, and he's starting to make these connections with some of his guys. So he's starting to get comfortable with a few guys, and as you know, Drew, you start getting comfortable receiver, you make them look good, they make you look good.
Yeah, for sure. As we got a little happy feet right here. Had a whole route get ran, and the ball never snapped. That was honestly, he would have got open off of that. Just the ball just was not snapped quite yet.
This is the one that we're trying to figure out who this is. Number one, we apologize, trying to figure out his name.
He's a little shifty, though.
Yeah, he is a shifty, guys. Our paperwork is flying around.
Number 1 is Marquise.
Marquise is number 1.
Marquise. Marquise? Oh, okay, Marquise.
Thank you, sir.
And we had a good patron over here.
Appreciate that.
Save our paperwork from flying all over. We thank you, sir. I like the X-Men shirt. It's wonderful. We had an injury.
It sounds like to me we're getting ready for some 7v7.
Oh, 7v7. Oh, this is going to be real fun right here. I'm real interested. I think Williams so far today.
Hey, Tony, can we go to commercial? Can we take like 2 minutes? Tony, can you hear me?
So, again, we're about to get ready to get into the 7-on-7.
Yeah, let me call on her still, though. Can I call you right back?
So, while they're conveying.
Hold on, I'm waiting for him. Hey, Tony, we're going to go to commercial real quick, all right? All right.
So, we're going to go take a quick commercial break. Hear a word from our sponsor before we get started on the 7-on-7. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
We have been the local hangout spot to watch a game and meet up with family and friends. With over 15 TVs, there isn't a bad seat in the house. We have arcade games, including the world's largest Pac-Man, 2 pool tables, and more, serving a full food menu ranging from appetizers to steak dinners, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week, and later on weekends. Daily drink and food specials, and of course, happy hour from 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. Come on out to Benchwarmer Sports Bar and Grill.
Looking to enhance the beauty of your outdoor space? Look no further than R&L Landscapes. We understand that your outdoor space is more than just a yard. It's a place where memories are made with loved ones and where you find peace and tranquility. Our team of professionals will work closely with you to bring your vision to life. From expert design and installation to meticulous maintenance, we are committed to delivering breathtaking results that will make your neighbors green with envy. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we guarantee exceptional craftsmanship that will withstand the test of time. Contact R&L Landscapes today and let us turn your dreams into reality.
This is Nate Monroe versus DeAndre Rucker. Who do you want? Who do you want to start your franchise? Live Casino stand up, Hollywood Casino stand up. Let's make our bets.
And it's not a parlay because we're going all in on one of these guys.
This is DeAndre catching a long ball, and I'm talking long, maybe like 70, 80 yards. And this is also Mr. Rucker getting busy. Get busy. Do your dang, do your dang, do your dang. And this is Mr. Monroe making it look easy, making it like he's a grown man playing with little kids at recess. If I was the coach on the other squad, I'd be looking for the nearest hospital because 6 people missed the tackle. Nate is the real deal. Phone, laptop, tablet, no matter where you're at in the world, watch the 2025 Rushers Arrest Combine live on the Home Team Network. Hit the music.
I understand.
All right, guys, we are back here live action with 7v7 here at Riggs LaSalle Field. 2025 Rushers Are Us Pro Football Combine. I'm now joined by Aiden Joffrey, a former high school athlete at Walt Whitman and out of Bethesda. And welcome, Aiden. Thanks for joining me.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we just wanted to bring you on here for a few minutes and talk about, your experience with Tony Patterson and what he's helped you do, and give us a little bit of rundown of who you are, where you're, what you're going to be doing here in college in the next year.
Yes, I love working with Tony. He pushes me every single time, every single session. We work from 5 to 6:30 in the morning, 3 days a week. And we work a little on the weekends too, and in college, I'm gonna play football at the D3 level at Framingham State, and I'm about to play as a lineman, and I'm excited to work for that.
That's good, perfect. So tell us, what are your future plans in football? What are you going to? First of all, we'll ask you what do you plan on studying in school?
I plan on studying in the fields of social work, psychology type of field. A little bit more heavier academically, but I'm willing to challenge myself for that.
Well, that's good, man. You seem like a really well-respected young man, and
Yes.
we wish you the best of luck. So what do you think about this combine? Is it the first time you're experiencing something like this? Or
Yes,
have you
yes.
been did you go to camps and combines when you were coming up through high school?
I went to little camps, a little bit, nothing like this, but yeah, a lot of people here today are very, very skilled, very fast, very explosive, very strong, seeing all different types of players out here.
So tell us why the school you chose in Massachusetts. What were the reasons behind taking the trip up that way?
I have a couple offers, but that one really stuck out to me. The coach been coaching there for a while, and I'm excited to work, and he's guaranteeing wins, and I'm ready to, be part of that.
Well, that sounds great, man. Well, we appreciate you joining us today. Just wanted to get you on here and on the air, talk a little bit about your experience with Tony and what he's helped you do, and how far you've come here in the last couple of years. Again, I'll ask you, how long have you been working with Tony?
So he works with my team a little bit back in high school, and then after my senior season, I was telling him that I was playing in college. So he reached out to me. He said, "Hey, work with me, early in the morning, stay, consistent, show up, put in all," and then I did. And I've seen a lot of progress for the past, I say, few months. Right. And I'm going in all through summer and spring, and I'm just trying to get the most out of his training right now.
Well, man, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And good luck in college next year, and hope to see you either out here or even on a bigger platform.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks again, Aiden Joffrey, for joining us. Now I'm going to bring my partner back in, Drew Pitzer.
What's
Drew,
up, my
we've got
man?
some good action started going here in this 7v7, so
yeah, I tell you what, I've been watching the last couple of possessions. You hear the competitive fire out here, JD.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, this energy out here is now buzzing. This is real football. I know it's without the pads, but, man, it feels good just to see some football getting tossed around, man.
It definitely does, man, and we get closer and closer to these guys over here and that are going to be actually putting the pads, that have the pads on. They're going to be cracking pads here in just a few minutes after this. So they definitely kind of got everything seems to be running pretty good, fluently on schedule now as Heath Williams is back to throw. Finds his man,
great grab right there,
Johnson, across the middle. So Heath Williams continues to impress as the day goes on.
I'm just going to let this run the way it is. All right? I'll move mine first. All right?
Again, we have another rep out here.
So Hunter Grundon going to go throw the deep ball. He's got his man open, but well played. Good defend. The ball kind of hung up there a little bit longer.
A little bit more zip right there, JD. Man, that could have been a great grab. So, again, I think, all the quarterbacks we've seen with Riggins, Grundon, and Williams has really impressed me today. And, I'm hopeful we can get him up here for our interview, maybe talk about, his future plans and obviously, what he's done in the past. But his mechanics and his overall arm talent, I know, again, there's no pads on. And, again, he's basically in a red jersey. But I tell you what, I think the kid truly has the potential to play at the next level.
I do agree with you, Drew. We've seen a lot of good throws by him this afternoon, and I know it's just one-on-one, 7v7s and stuff, but you still got to make the throw regardless whether there's guys rushing in on you.
Yeah,
and he's definitely shown the arm talent to be able to do that.
Yeah, now we have Riggins back there. Again, the lefty. He has, I think, anywhere from 20 yards and in. He's pretty accurate. I mean, he was delivering some dots, but it was where he kind of got over that 20-yard threshold where some of his balls, they was kind of lay up in the air a little bit. And you know, obviously when that happens, it gives the defense an opportunity to get underneath of that. So we'll see. Look, it's a nice little
window.
Zip. Again, that was not his fault. That was a great dive.
Yeah, Marquise wide open there, couldn't make the catch. And, you know, I look at Riggins as more of that true dual threat because, you know, he's a little bit undersized for a quarterback, but he's very mobile. And, you know, I'm sure in high school and possibly even in college, he was probably taking off and running a lot as well. But definitely has the arm strength to throw it down the field.
Yeah, it's obviously, you know, being undersized kind of makes it more difficult. But when you get him out of the pocket and he starts scrambling, I think that's what adds a whole different element to his game too. So the 7-on-7 doesn't really speak true to Riggins' game. I think, you know, Williams, though, on the other hand, is 7-on-7 truly helps him because, you know, obviously we haven't seen him with the pass rush in his face yet. But, man, when there's nobody coming after him, I tell you what, he was really delivering some dimes out here, JD.
We got 3 receivers to this side, Robertson to the far side. Nice ball to Robertson, a little slant behind him, but he makes the catch as he goes low. As Riggins fires it in there, you saw the arm strength. He does have a good arm.
It is. I'm telling you, 20 yards in, it's a laser. So now they're basically playing a possession right here, ladies and gentlemen. They're moving the ball, trying to score. You know, typical 7-on-7 rules. You get 4 downs to score a touchdown. Some places do 2 completions or typical 10 yards. But it doesn't look like there's any chain crew out here, JD, so I'm assuming they're going to get 4 opportunities.
Right.
All right, we got Riggins. Sit back to pass. Oh, great ball.
Got him wide open.
Oh, just missed him.
And Marquise, and we don't have his last name right now. We apologize. He's been open a couple times. Couldn't quite get there for that one either. But we've noticed the last couple plays, they've been running this trip set with the single receiver to the other side.
Somebody coming off like a bubble look. Little RPO type action.
And a lot of times when you get that 3 receivers to this side, somebody will run a wheel up the sideline. They usually confuse the defense a little bit. But, yeah, he was wide open, just they couldn't connect on that throw.
So huddling up right here. I'm guessing this is 3rd down for Riggins. Grundon played the last possession, so Williams, I'm assuming, will play this next possession. That's who I'm really intrigued to watch. He is, out of all the quarterbacks, again, who's impressed me the most. Obviously, Hot Rod, Fitton, man, he came out of the gate, impressed us.
Yeah, we haven't seen him. I'm surprised we haven't seen him, but we'll probably see him on the defensive side.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't see him suited up, though.
He might decline to take.
He might have said, "I'm going to run the 40 and call it a day."
Which honestly, that might have just helped his case. I don't think he's truly not one of those guys that he already has the body. And he played in the SEC, so he obviously can play high level football.
There's Riggins back to throw across the middle. He got his receiver,
there.
Griffin. But the ball kind of died a little bit. He had Riggins by
25 yards.
Steps. Yeah,
he threw from the 35
on a dart.
Yeah, it just fell to the ground. But I'm telling you, a quarterback like that, you can make work in a system. Obviously, you're going to have to drive down the field short methodically. But the way with his arm talent and his ability to scramble, sometimes his scrambling ability might get him more yards than through the air.
We got 2 receivers here to each side. As Moreau's in the slot in the far side, along with Wes.
So now we got Williams in here, and here we go.
Marquise Williams. Rucker on the far side as well. Actually, I think we got 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side here. With Heath Williams at the quarterback. Finds Monroe there, right? A little quick hitch there for a
10-yard gain.
Nice little gain. And see, that's what I like about this whole thing. We've talked a lot, Drew. Probably the most talking we've done on the mic ever, right? But now we can kind of get to, with this 7-on-7, we can kind of get to kind of calling the game. It kind of feels more like we're calling the game. And for us, that just makes it that much more special because that's what we love to do.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. Anytime that you and I can just sit down and, just a little behind him.
He had Rucker.
yeah, anytime you and I could just sit down and talk football or watch football, man, it's always an enjoyable experience. And we hope the people that watch the cast not only enjoy the game but enjoy hearing us speak on it. Because we try to give you guys an educated view. We love this, and we truly enjoy it. And even we watching 40s all day is not necessarily the funnest thing in the world.
Right.
But if you truly love the game, you enjoy it.
Yeah, and this is something different that we wanted to do this year, and I think that we did broadcast it last year. Me and Drew weren't involved with it, but they did broadcast it last year. That this year we wanted to make it, even bigger. We had, it was all over the social media, so we made sure everyone knew that it was coming up here today on April 5th. So we get more viewers and more people the opportunity to tune in and just make this thing bigger every single year. As Tony and his whole crew has done a great job with this, building this thing. I believe it's in its third year of Rushers R Us, just kind of putting this together for these guys. And once again, the more opportunities and resources and platforms like this that these guys can have is the better chance that they have to, like you said, continue their careers and keep playing the game that we all love.
Yeah, and what Tony's doing is really giving these guys an opportunity to go out there and chase their dreams. I mean, a lot of these guys, man, forgotten about. They don't, a lot of the dream has kind of flew by them. But now this gives you a second opportunity because, all due respect, you get into the LFA and you put up great numbers there, hey, you still can go up levels, man. The dream doesn't end until you allow it to end, in my mind. So, I mean, these guys still are hungry out here, want an opportunity, and some of these guys are going to figure out, hey, today's the day I made my chances. Some people are going to realize, hey, today my dream's ended, and I'm going to have to go 9 to 5, And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. And then they could try back next year. There's other opportunities. There's different leagues.
Yep.
A lot of people don't realize they just focus on the, a couple top-tier level leagues. And there's a lot of leagues. There's leagues in Japan. There's leagues in Mexico like this one. And they're all over the place. You just got to find them and see what best fits you.
As what a dot.
Finds Williams down the sideline.
And that was fourth down.
Could not quite get there to make the catch.
And what a dot. I mean, that was right
his
there.
His ball is just so tight. I love it. I've only seen him maybe make a couple bad throws out of everyone that he's thrown today.
Yeah, I mean, and he's 6 foot 210. I mean, he has kind of like the frame of Russell Wilson. He played for Tennessee State, also played for Clark Atlanta. He has his passport ready to go. So, I mean, if a team, any team, not just anybody in the LFA, but like you said, there's Spanish leagues. There's different type of English leagues, German leagues. I mean, there's Japanese leagues, the Mexican league. It's all over the place, JD. So there's the opportunity for now for Heath Williams especially. Hot rod fitting and almost a pick right there. Grundon kind of overthrew him though. So
that was Harden on the coverage, I believe.
Yep, that was Harden on the coverage.
With all these guys coming together, I'd love to see Harden and Shelton, who we highlighted a little bit earlier today, and impressed us with some different things, and Kendu Wells also. Those guys that getting all in the same field to play together. You put together a nice little squad.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, and now we see it is Grundon's time to come back out here at quarterback. We see Harden drop down and just give 5 push-ups right there for not getting that pick.
Yeah, he knew he should have hung on to that one.
And again, like I said, there's people as young as 21 here and as old as 40, JD. So it's, you just never can truly give up on a dream if you really love it. I understand. Like I still hope one day that the Los Angeles Lakers want to call me up and see if I want to play with LeBron, because I'd say yeah, but I just know it goes by you at some point.
Yeah, it does. It's Grundon back to throw, nearly picked off but knocked away there, and that's that DB wide receiver, Jalen King. If I'm saying that right.
Jalen King, yep.
Jalen King.
Great coverage right there from King.
And I'm going to leave this to Drew for a few minutes as I've got to go move my car. And I'll be right back. But you guys stick with Drew. You're watching Home Team Sports.
Again, yeah, they said, JD, sorry, your car's got to move. Yeah, it's the complex here, very nice. It's beautiful. But parking is quite difficult, but it happens. There's a couple spots over here, JD. Just letting you know. A couple spots right over here.
Then he had to walk all the way back.
Oh, yeah, that is true. So maybe that was bad advice from me. Hopefully he doesn't listen to me. But anyway, back to football, ladies and gentlemen. Here we got Grundon back to pass. He goes deep, and the ball kind of just gets beyond him. Kind of dives a little bit right there. And again, these three quarterbacks, ladies and gentlemen, they've all had some great plays, but even Williams in that last possession, his 4 opportunities kind of struggled. One for 3, and then obviously he had somebody that ran up the sideline on a wheel route, and unfortunately it just was a little bit out past his reach. So now it looks like we're going to start with a whole new rotation, a new 7 out there. Poor my guy JD. Poor JD. I do feel for him having to move his vehicle. I can't believe he already got over there and moved it so fast. Like, that's incredible. Now we have Grundon back to pass. Goes. Yeah, I say, one of our sponsors, definitely. You should definitely recommend them because they got JD looking real swole right now. His beard, ladies and gentlemen, I got to realize I haven't seen JD probably in about 3 months. It's been about 3 months since I've seen JD. Last time I seen him all nice, clean cut. Kind of a little gut on him a little bit. He's a little heavier. He comes out looking stunting on me today. I was like, oh, man. JD, look at this guy. Ripped. That's what he said, man, I didn't feel too good this week. First time I missed the gym in like 270 days. I said, okay, brother. Whoa. Strong man. And as we got Riggins back to pass, kicks it out there, gets a quick little 5 or 6 yard gain. Yes, sir. So now it will be second down. Again, this is the way this works, ladies and gentlemen, is they're getting 4 downs to score a touchdown. We've seen all the quarterbacks rotate in and out. Every quarterback has now had at least 1 possession as we see Riggins back out there for his second opportunity. So Riggins back to pass. Goes down to the middle of the field, and great ball right there. Dropped that in over the top. That was the Ethan Robertson, I believe. No, excuse me, that was Jasmine Hansen. Caught that over the middle. Again, that's a 6'4", 250 tight end from Mateo, North Carolina. He also played at Fayetteville State. He also had a semi-pro appearance with the Maryland Warriors. Again, his passport is in process. Again, we want to give a shout-out everybody that's came here today. Harry Brown, our producer. Jamar Robinson. Jay on the cam. And my brother JD making his appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know JD was going to come back. I mean, he took a little hiatus. Like I said, he's been in the gym, just been getting right. And it's been terrific. I see him sprinting back over here now. I tell you what, JD Fritz right now would have the best 40 out here. If we ran a 40 for JD Fritz, which I might try to see if he wants to, he'd probably run a 4.44. That's what I'm giving him. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting a 4.44 from Wendy's. So there's 2 different 4.44s in this world. You got a JD Fritz and a Drew Pitzer 4.44. As he's out here sprinting, man, I tell you what. And great throw right there from Riggins, and that is a touchdown. As JD Fritz almost gets spiked in the end zone with the football right there. He scored, and they threw the ball at JD's head, but guess what? He's too fast. That's where that 4.44 comes in, too. I'll tell you what, this has been such enjoyable. My guy JD's on the way back. JD, I was just saying you got 4.44 speed from the 40, and I got 4.44 from Wendy speed. You know what I mean?
As soon as I got around, a car pulled off right at the very end.
Oh man. Well, again, JD Fritz is back. I was telling him, man, you took your little hiatus, and now you came back in crazy shape with the best beard I've ever seen, and I'm a barber. I was just, I was complimenting you, man. I'll tell you what.
That. Had to run a little bit.
That's why I said you was gone. I looked over, and the car was already moved.
Yeah, I got my jog in. I don't want to take too much time.
Look, now see, you was talking about not going to the gym this week. You got a nice little workout in. What, I was impressed.
Yeah, we lost it.
Oh, there we go.
We're back on now.
I think we're good now.
Hopefully.
You lost my voice there for a second, ladies and gentlemen, but now we got Williams back to pass his second possession.
Out of the backfield that's Marquise again. We don't have his last name, but he's been open a lot and made a few catches.
Yeah, I'd say he probably has about 5 or 6 receptions.
kind of starting to see a little bit, Drew, especially on offense. Defense, they're probably mixing a lot of different guys in. We're trying to start seeing who possibly some of the top guys might be on offense as they've kind of grouped those guys together with Williams as quarterback.
Yeah, Riggins just had a really good drive right there, and I don't know if you saw after they scored that touchdown, that ball came awfully close to your head right there, but I told him
I heard it bounce off the wall, and I was like, buddy,
that was real close.
I was like, a little celebrating touchdowns here.
I mean, I get it. I think he saw you, and you might have thought you were a target or something. And he was just
yeah.
Good thing the accuracy wasn't there.
I felt the wind from the ball again.
And Williams.
Marquise makes another catch along the sideline.
And I'm seeing the helmets out here. You see the Glenville State helmet on here on the sideline. That's going to be real exciting to see. And back in the day when Glenville used to play at Shepherd, that was.
Oh, yeah.
And Glenville's really improved. I'll tell you what, I actually cut Isaac Meyer's hair yesterday. And, he's working over there now for Glenville. And I tell you what, I think they got a very talented roster that can compete. And, Shepherd, man, they had a down year last year. And to see now maybe how they come back and then rebound, it's weird not to see Shepherd University in the NCAA D2 playoffs.
Yeah, it's definitely the talent cycles through. The transfer portal has really hurt a lot, as we've seen in basketball, too. There's always such a big turnover year to year. And, the coaches are essentially almost rebuilding their team, as Shepherd lost probably 90% of their defense this past offseason to the portal. So, but hey, it's always next man up. They've recruited. They've brought some guys in the portal to fill those spots, and they feel like they're even a better team this year. So we'll see if that holds true on paper. It could look that way, but then what kind of product are you going to put on the field is what determines everything.
For sure, and we see Marquise, he had another reception right there, but it was negated from a hold, so now it will be third down. And you also see the big fellas over here starting to work do some ladder drills, get their footwork and their agility ready to go. And that's exciting. Like I said, we see the pads right now. I'm like, oh, JD, we're inching closer to August. You know what I mean? It's getting here.
It's not too far away. Only about 4 or 5 months. So, and these guys have been sitting around for a little while watching these DBs and receivers go at it. So now it's their turn.
Yeah, definitely very excited to see this next group. But this 707 has, we've seen about 4 different touchdowns, but we've seen a lot from the defensive side of the ball as well, too.
There goes Williams throwing
an intercepted. What a grab. Full extension right there.
And that was Dominic Harden.
Harden, really excited. I'll tell you what, he's on the defensive side of the ball. He's probably been my favorite player to watch in the secondary this afternoon.
Has that been the first pick that we've had?
Yeah, that was the first interception in the 707. And Williams, actually, that was not a bad ball. Just got there a little late, just a little behind.
Yeah, Williams has usually been on target. The ball held up there a little bit, allowed Harden enough time to kind of go over and make that pick. But, again, that wasn't an easy pick. He laid out
full extension.
Full extension going out of bounds.
Saw that 4.8 speed really right there, too, man. He came from the middle of the goalpost, essentially, and came and made that play, man. I was very impressed with his ball tracking ability right there.
And that's something the scouts will definitely want to see. You start being a ball hawk like that. You're always around the ball, whether you're picking it off or knocking it away.
Yeah, I mean, deflections has been huge.
You want to be around the football. Now Isaiah throws the ball out of the backfield. He's got Rucker.
It's only a little 2-yard gain, so now it'll be second down. So this is now Grundon's time at quarterback. This is his third possession. He was 1 for 4 the first possession, and last possession he ended, I believe, 2 for 3, but they didn't get a first down, so it was a turnover on downs. But again, the product is, there's not everybody here is going to get a contract, JD. We know that. But we came in saying, hey, if 2 guys get a contract from here, I would be satisfied. I think there's a realistic chance for 10 guys to at least discuss with agents.
I would say so. I mean, I've seen some impressive guys on the receiver side. 3 or 4 guys on the DB side, and a couple of the linebackers. Mm-hmm. Richard Shelton's kind of stood out as well to me today. And definitely Heath Williams at the quarterback position. So, yeah, I would say probably a solid 10 guys, if not more. It depends on kind of how many contracts might be available. We don't know all that information either. There may only be 2 or 3 spots on a team. We don't know if there's, 10-plus spots available on the team this year.
Yeah, again, we don't know the approximate size, but knowing that there was an expansion team this year, but there's so many players fighting that. You got to realize all these people showed up just in Washington, D.C. Imagine what's in Miami and Los Angeles,
right.
Phoenix, Chicago, New York. I mean, there's these type of guys everywhere just fighting for, there's only a couple spots on the field. And a great throw right there.
That Johnson again on the catch.
So that will be, there was a flag on the field right there. Holding on the defense, declined. So there is actually first downs. If you get to the 20-yard line, it is a first down.
So Darian Johnson makes it yet another catch. So he's kind of stood out a little bit as well.
So huddling up right here. Again, this is Grudden's third possession. Still have yet to find the end zone. JD, and again, his arm talent's not as special as Riggins or Williams, but his decision-making has been very solid. He's got the highest completion percentage out of the 2,
right,
out of the other 3 during the 7-on-7 period.
Well, and he's managing, more or less managing the game, and obviously doesn't have a rush coming at him, but he's finding the open guy. He's not necessarily going for the home run ball.
There's a pick, though. There's an interception.
Just as we talk about him, he throws his first interception. But getting back to what I was saying is, he just takes kind of what the defense gives him. He doesn't always go for the home run balls. We just saw him do that, and he got picked off. But typically before that, he was just taking what the defense was giving him, completing passes and moving the chains.
Yeah, and you see right there, that was one thing. He got into his fourth read right there, and again, that's kind of what separates these guys in leagues. He's a guy that's going to be a system guy that you need maybe the first, second, if the third read's not there, he's just going to have to throw it away. He was on his fourth progression right there, and you see he threw a turnover trying to make something happen.
Right.
So now we have, I believe, is that going to be Williams or Riggins?
It's Riggins there.
Yep, Riggins is back at quarterback.
We got Moreau here on the outside as Griffin's in the slot.
Motion
Man
here.
in motion is
a little play action. Oh, what a ball right there for Riggins.
Rowe is open, not the way again by Dominic Harden.
That's got to be our defensive MVP so far. I'll tell you what, an interception. He has multiple deflections. I'll tell you what, he had the fact that he was able to come over and
covers. He's a taller guy, nearly 6'1", almost 6'2". 200 pounds. He covers a lot of ground. You saw, again, that ball kind of just hung up there just a little. Monroe was open by 3 or 4 steps. If he throws that ball just a little more on a line and not put so much air under it, but just too much air allowed Harden to come across that field and knock it away. Another great defensive play.
Yeah, Dominic Harden definitely, my defensive MVP of the game. He's had at least 3 deflections. He's got an interception, and right there, that might have been even more impressive than an interception because that was wide open. That was a touchdown. That's 6 all over. Riggins actually threw a very nice ball. That was just a better defensive play.
So here's a good matchup with Moreau and Hughes, and Shelton and Griffin in the slot. Throws it out there to Robertson. Makes a nice catch on the sideline. Goes up and gets it over one of the twins, Isaiah Grundon.
Yeah, the Huntington product, man. He's actually been, quietly having a good evening. I know we haven't really spoke on him much, but he has not done anything terrible. Like, he's ran good routes. He hasn't dropped the ball. He ran a decent 40. It was a 5'1", 5'2", so it could be faster, but the kid's still an athlete. He can play.
Yeah, and some of you guys got to remember, it's not – for most of these guys, it's not football season right now. Now, some guys have played in spring leagues, as we talked to a few of the guys, do play in a spring league. But if you're not a guy that plays in a spring league and you're done college, if you're still in college, you're playing spring football right now, so you probably most likely aren't going to be here.
Yeah, of course.
But if you're out of college and you're not playing football, you're probably not coming in the absolute best shape.
Of course.
But so your 40 times could be a little slower than what you typically run in the past.
Okay, and that was Riggins right there. A little strong on the pass right there, a little out over his outstretched arms. I believe it is now third down. So we'll see. I don't quite know if the linemen are going to get any notoriety out in the middle of the field. But we are getting to see some of these guys do some cone drills, and I'm impressed with their footwork. Big fellas are moving out here.
Yeah, they're moving, and I kind of do like how they've Let them kind of sit and watch, relax, catch your breath after running several 40s. Let the offensive guys, the DBs and receivers do their thing. Now they're starting to get some action as this 7-on-7 starts to finish up over here, and we should finish off here with some of these D linemen and offensive lineman drills.
There are about 30 minutes left in this combine. We see now Riggins is on his third possession. We'll see. I bet you they do one more possession on 7-on-7, so every quarterback gets 3 possessions. Because unless Williams declines to do a third possession, but he hasn't. He scored on his first possession, and he was intercepted on his last possession. So I'm sure that's not the tape that he wants to leave around.
Nah, he wants to end this on a good note. I'm sure. He doesn't want to have that bad taste in his mouth. Griffin, the lefty, slings it there. He's got
touchdown.
Monroe in the corner of the end zone. Harden's saying no, but I'm definitely.
They called it out. The officials called it out. I'll
tell you what. The way this field is lined, it's also a baseball field, guys. If you can't see from the cameras, there's so much space from the sideline to the fence where we are standing, and you can't really see the lines from where we are. And I'm sure some of the receivers are having a tougher time as well because the field is pretty worn out as far as some of the way that's lined up.
There's a hole in the end zone.
Yep. I mean, he was open. Beautiful throw by Riggins, and I just love that how he just slings the ball. He throws the ball much like Mike Vick.
It's a Mike Vick release.
It's a Mike Vick release.
Little Tebow release because he has it almost like he gets a glitch right here as soon as he pulls it up over top of his shoulder. But the Mike Vick release where he holds his wrist down.
He just slings the ball, and it just flies out of his arm. As Monroe makes another nice catch on a hitch there.
Monroe's been impressive, man.
I think overall by far he's the most polished receiver, I believe, here.
Well, they just said the reason why that wasn't a catch in the end zone is he only had 1 foot in bounds. It's 2 feet in bounds
true.
In the LFA.
Go pro, it's 2 feet, yep.
All right, tell you what, how about we take a 2-minute commercial break? I'll get my boys a break. All right.
And we're going to take a quick commercial break. Hear a word from our sponsors. You're watching Home Team Sports TV.
Richard had 7 TFLs, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 sacks. And as far as my man Jay go, he puts the technician. He's a technician. Here's Rich coming off the edge, going chest to chest with the quarterback. Ooh, here we go. Watch Jay eliminate the pulling right guard with his get off. Just eliminate him with the get off. He couldn't even get to him. Man, we getting serious. By the talent, April 5th. Hot wings, hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks, chickens, dogs, cats, fish. I don't care what you eat. Don't miss the 2025 Russians the Rust Combine live on the Home Team Network. Hit the music.
Buying or selling real estate? Katra Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Katra Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have over 350 new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's-Toyota-of-Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Right now we got 2 guys from up north. We got Tyshawn and we got Jared. Tyshawn is a do-it-all player. He plays more than 4 positions on the field, and he calls himself a Swiss Army knife. Look at him right here in the Wildcat at quarterback, following his blocks to the T and taking it straight up the field, 88 out the gate. But Jared has a very unique skill set. Look at him peel back on this blitzing linebacker. The crazy peel back block because he tracked him perfectly. Jalen Hurts, George Kittle, CeeDee Lamb, Josh Allen, Fred Warner, Trent Williams, Ty Hill, Lamar Jackson. I don't care who your favorite player is, you better watch the 2025 Rushes on Rush Combine Live on the Home Team Network. Hit the music.
And welcome back, guys, to the 2025 Rushers Are Us Combine. J.D. Fritz here along with Drew Pitzer here at Riggs LaSalle Field in D.C. Things are kind of winding down here at the Combine as we starting to finish up the 7-on-7, and we're going to start shifting our attention over to some of the defensive linemen as they start running through some drills. They're all padded up with helmets ready to go.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting to hear some pops. I mean, I know they're just going to be thuds. They're not wearing any knee pads or thigh pads.
Right.
But just to hear the thuds, JD, I might faint from. Just be still, my beating heart.
And you got the owner here over there, Tony Patterson, working with these guys. So he's hands-on right in there in the mix, working with these guys as well. Just wants to get the best out of them, have the best opportunity for you guys to move forward with their careers.
Again, yeah, Tony, we want to thank him for putting on this event, inviting us out here to showcase the talent. We really appreciate it. We look forward to helping with this for years to come. Again, it's nice to see. I would hope maybe in the future we'll get an opportunity to maybe see the bench press, the cone drills, vertical. I feel like those are things that I think a lot of the viewership would like to see, and also maybe even
it's those height things, those fun things. You want to see what's he jumping in the vert, what's he bench pressing, So, and then of course we did get to showcase the 40. A lot of people want to see the 40 as well, but sometimes the 40 can get a little monotonous. It takes a little time to get through all the athletes with the 40 when guys are running 2, sometimes 3 times through.
And we just saw big number 34 take a little spill right there. It's right on that diamond. I know it's definitely not, the traction's not the greatest.
Yeah, that's kind of a rough spot there. We're in that turf. Because we got our cameraman Jay kind of getting some of the action with the defensive line now.
Oh, man.
Nowhere to go. Nice coverage there on defense. Heath Williams just has to tuck that and run. That'll be officially a sack in
second down.
7-on-7 terms.
Yeah, I guess it is a sack, even though it's a tackle for loss, I guess.
Yeah, you only get like 4 seconds to throw the football in 7-on-7. So.
Yeah, and that's supposed to simulate the defensive pressure because realistically, after about 2 seconds, the pocket's typically closing in.
Right.
Because people don't understand the real time frame, like 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, and by then
you got 4 seconds to throw the ball.
You got to get it out.
Your line's blocking, but typically 2.5 seconds, you better get throwing the ball or getting yourself out of the pocket.
Like you look at the best quarterbacks in the league. I remember Aaron Rodgers used to always have the ball out of his hand within 1.5 seconds. Even Brady, the last couple years he was with the Bucs, it was like 1.7, 1.8.
Right.
And now we got the big fellas. Ooh. Patterson really working with them, watching the football and showcasing the footwork of the big boys up front. So a lot of these are defensive linemen. Oh, see, another false.
We're
getting a lot of encroachments right here.
Tony getting tricky with the snap count.
Oh, you got to watch the football.
Keep your eye on the ball.
I mean, granted, Tony kind of was flinching that football a little bit. That's going to be that's a false start technically. We love you, Tony.
It's cheating a little bit.
Get down and drive, big fellas. Get down and drive.
And they'll probably take a little bit more breaks with these D linemen because there's not quite as many of them as there are DBs and receivers. They can cycle through. I think the receivers and DBs had like 3 groups at least going through to kind of give everybody breaks. You've got to maybe 8 to 10 guys here. Not even that, probably
7,
on the
6.
defensive line. So they're going to get a few more extra breaks as they kind of go through a lot more times than what the receivers and DBs have done.
Of course.
probably going to want to do a few basic things, kind of just to get an idea of what these guys can do, some of their rush skills.
Again, Hot Rod.
I wish we could have seen him too. He was kind of going to be exciting to watch, but I get it. You know, he comes in here, and I'm really surprised he run us 40. Did we get measurables for him?
It might be over there in our. I didn't see his though. I don't know if they quite got measurables. He might have just did his 40.
I'll take a look to see if I can find Hot Rod. Wesley Nachinda's his name. Marquez Piat was the other number
Marquez Piat. Yep.
Piat.
So again, we got still 7-on-7 on the far end of the field. We got Jay now focusing on our lineman, seeing the footwork. And that is Frederick Hardy right there. And this is Colin Neely. No, excuse me, this is Colin Neely right here. And good hands right there from Neely. Definitely Neely has great physique, 6'2", 258. And he's from Fayetteville, North Carolina. He went to Village Christian High School. And also he played for the Livingston College and Carolina Punishers in the Semi-Pro League.
I actually do have the measurables. 6'3", 254 for Hot Rod Fitton.
What was his vertical?
Good. Got a 32-inch vert, 9.8 broad jump, 20 reps on the bench.
Whew.
Yeah. 4.15 and a 4.12 on his pro agility. That's numbers.
I'm telling you, he was flying, ladies and gentlemen. We only got to see him run one time.
I mean, yeah, super impressive with his numbers. And
I mean, that's definitely something we have to highlight is Hot Rod Fitton. I mean, an unbelievable specimen. I mean, that's somebody that could play, maybe not an NFL guy, but a CFL guy for sure.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to see him get an opportunity somewhere. I mean, all these guys, honestly, you know, would love to see them get further their careers and get opportunities. Not like we talked about earlier. Not everybody will, but maybe, you know, a dozen guys from this group gets an opportunity to play, and whether it be in this league or another league.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why that's why Tony's put this combine on to kind of get these guys exposure, whether it be with the LFA or a different league at a different level. You know, maybe some of these guys that are still college age and have eligibility, maybe they go back to school, maybe they get, you know, a better opportunity to play for a respective college, just anything, and that's why he wanted to, you know, put this, you know, stream this live.
Of course.
So you know,
anybody want to watch
can
it?
See
yeah.
it.
Of course, and like I said, JD, like, you know, I'd say next year we're probably going to see about another 10 of these same guys will be back here next year. Just because they love the game and they're not going to get that opportunity. But I bet you there'll be an opportunity. Maybe there might not be a guy this year, but then they'll have 2 years of this type of film that they get to build up with an opportunity to, you know, like I said, chase that contract, chase that dream.
Yeah, and the more platforms that these guys can have like this, and it's picked off, even though we're over here watching the lineman.
Boy, took a long
I thought that was
trip,
you,
man.
son. Johnson, how you been? How you been? What are you doing down this way?
Old Tony Patterson.
Oh, really good. We're just over here talking to Coach Johnson from Washington High School. Showed up to support his man Tony from this area.
Yeah, how's things looking for Washington next year, man?
Right now, we've been working out. I mean, we've been in the weight room. 3-4 days a week. A lot of guys showing up, a lot of young guys.
Yeah, we need an extra mic.
Excited, man.
Get
Here, do you want to talk with him, Jake? You want to talk with Coach?
Yeah, get over here.
Here you
Coach.
go, man. Yeah, you can go ahead and speak with him. Go ahead. There you go, brother.
Coach Johnson,
Yeah.
Washington High School. How you doing?
What's going on, brother?
Thanks for coming on to Home Team Sports, man.
Absolutely, man. Great to be here.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your involvement with Tony and what you're helping out with today and everything.
Yeah, so, Tony's been my guy since college. We went to Fairmont State together. Always stayed true and stayed connected with each other. And so when he called me up and asked me, said he's putting on this combine for these guys for tryouts for, Mexico, I was like, absolutely, I'll come down and help out tight ends and receivers and just use some of my expertise. A lot of these guys from the area, local guys from the DMV where I'm from. So just let it get out here and get back.
Well, it's good to see you out here. I thought that was you. I could just tell how you walked.
Yeah.
Carrying your backpack.
You probably hear
on
me.
there, and you probably got the same backpack you had when you had Wildwood.
Yes,
when
sir.
you had coach at Wildwood.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Well, it's good to see you kind of coming out, helping out your friends. Always good to come back and give back to
Absolutely,
the
man.
guys that you've been played with and been friends with, and obviously Tony's really doing something great for
Yes.
the community, and even outside the community, bringing in other guys from all across the country, really, up down the East Coast, and
Yeah.
for these guys to show out and show their talents and try to get to that next level.
Yeah, man, it's a great thing, man. Tony is very much like me. That's my brother from another. You know what I mean? We always bring energy. We just love the game. I mean, we grew up. The game has taken us a far ways away from where we're from, and so this is our way to pay back and give back to the game by teaching these younger guys. And there's guys out here that's 20, 21 years old, man. It makes me feel kind of old, but I love to see the youth. I love to see young guys still chasing their dreams and trying to make it happen. So,
you're speaking of the younger guys, but there's several guys out here that are probably also older than you.
Yeah.
Like Kendu Wells, he's 36.
Yes.
I think you saw a 37, maybe even a guy that was 39.
37-year-old Alfonso Griffin, man. We listen.
Yeah.
Look, we played against each other in high school, man. So, always been a real speed demon guy.
Yeah, he's out here cooking too, man.
Listen, I told him, I was like, man, you look 25, man. I'm just happy to see you still doing it. So, for guys like that to still be doing it at this level and still working and chasing, I mean, it's an incredible thing. Like I said, we played against each other in high school, ran track against him.
Right.
He knows about Gaithersburg and how we used to get down. But also, like I said, it's just great to see him still out here competing and working hard. So.
Well, that's good. Coach Stephon Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate having you
Absolutely,
on.
man.
Come on
Thank
here.
you.
It's good to see you down here.
You guys get out to Washington
We
High
will
School, man.
see-
We got some things going on here, man.
Yeah,
You know.
definitely. Washington.
Come check us out, man. We'll be there. We're on the rise. You know what I mean?
All right, Coach. Well, thanks a lot. We'll see you back in Jefferson County.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Man. Absolutely. You guys, safe trip back, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
And
That was
I
Coach-
am back, man.
Yeah, Drew's back with us. A nice little surprise with Coach Stephon Johnson of the Washington Patriots there out of Jefferson County, West Virginia, back in our hometown. Drew's nice to see him up here helping a good buddy of his. It's Tony Patterson. So
I thought I recognized him
Me
out
too.
here.
I did too. I could just tell by the way
Just
he
the
walked
stance
and
too.
moved.
I mean,
Yeah.
that dude's big. I mean, he's built.
Oh,
built.
dude. Yeah, he was a good tight end back at Fairmont State. Had a couple opportunities to possibly get some trial. I think he had a couple trials with some pro teams. He's a good tight end. He's 6'3". He was like 230.
I see. Yeah, in his prime, I mean, guarantee that dude was a wildebeest out there, just getting after it, dude. I'm telling you, like you could see it. And honestly, Washington, their defensive line and their offensive line was one of their strengths last year. I know they kind of faltered down the stretch, but he was a big component of the reason why, that they were able to create a lot of pressure defensively, and also offensively, they moved the ball so well. They had great production from their tight ends.
Yeah, they definitely did. And Coach Johnson plays a big part in that. He came over from Wildwood Middle School. He coached my son, my youngest son, Landry, for the last couple of years. He was there, did a wonderful job. I was sad to see him kind of go. Was hoping he'd end up at Jefferson, but hey, I'm a Jefferson Cougar guy, but he's over at Washington doing his thing, helping those kids out, and more power to him, and good luck to them this coming season. But
yeah, we'll definitely have them on the schedule. Coach Ray, always enjoyable every time we speak with them. I'm so interested because the aspects of the EPAC this year, coming in, obviously Martinsburg defending champion, Spring Mills returns everybody essentially, but Max Anderson, which is a huge player to lose, somebody who's got a full ride to go to West Virginia University to play quarterback. That's really hard to to replicate it. But I cut Max Anderson, and he was telling me the other day that Schwartz, his backup last year is more than capable. Obviously his younger brother Xavier, who's probably arguably the best player in the state, multiple offers from different D1 schools, Cincinnati, West Virginia, all interested. So I'm telling you that Spring Mills, Martinsburg, Washington's always going to be there. Jefferson, they always find a way to reload.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. We just had a nice young lady walk up.
Hey, thank you so much. I'll tell you what, that's my voice box.
Appreciate the hospitality.
Gatorade, thank you so much. Listen, you are the GOAT. I appreciate that. You are awesome. Just pulled a Gatorade out of thin air and said, here you go. Wow.
Nice. I'll take the water, though. I'm not a Gatorade guy.
I'd take the water in the Gatorade because I'm a thirsty guy. Hey, I'll tell you what. Here, give him this water. I'll reimburse him. That's fair. There we go.
So we continue to watch the D-line go through their drills. A lot of different things, a lot of combinations of different things they see during the game, a lot of different drills that you'll see at a lot of combines and camps and things like that. It's totally different, obviously, Drew, than what the receivers and DBs do. Definitely a different change of pace.
And, again, when you only have, 4 that's actually got the pads on out here, it kind of makes it a little difficult, especially the consistently subbed. And there's so many skill guys out here. I mean, it's 95% skill guys, and you got 6 that are linemen, and 2 of them aren't participating. And so it just makes it really difficult, really, to go through anything meaningful for film-wise, unfortunately. That's a great rip right there. I think it was Colin Neely, correct?
Was that Neely, or was it?
That was a great rip right there.
That was Frederick Hardy.
Frederick Hardy.
96 right here?
Yeah, 96. I tell you what, that was he put his hands right into the shoulder pads, extended, and then ripped.
And this is where these guys make their money,
Mm-hmm.
right here in the trenches. It isn't the 40s. It isn't all this other fancy stuff. It's right here in the trenches, one-on-one and, getting off blocks and just beating your man, and that's what these guys are here to showcase too. Everybody wants to see receivers, DBs, and all that highlighted athletic stuff, but these guys are vying for contracts as well, so they need to showcase their talents just as equally as these other guys do.
Yeah, and they deserve the record. Like you said, it's always the linemen, defensive linemen, offensive linemen never get the love. And it's unfortunate, but they actually are the most important components.
It's a thankless position. But, these guys, if you can rush the quarterback and get to the quarterback, that's super important. And on top of that, it makes the DB's job so much easier. Because the faster they can get to the quarterback, that's how you get a lot of coverage sacks a lot of time. Get to the quarterback faster. It makes the DB's job a lot easier to cover receivers.
For sure. And I look at it, the offensive defensive line are like the motor to a car. So everybody looks at the exterior. They see the nice little Pontiac or the Corvette, whatever you're driving. But they don't see what's inside. They don't see what's keeping your team going. Everybody thinks the quarterback is the engine to the offense. No. If your offensive line can't block, nobody else can do their jobs.
Right.
So still, I'm enjoying the fact that they still are doing the 7-on-7 actions. We have Williams getting another.
A lot of action. That's a lot of throws, a lot of routes, a lot of balls being caught. Usually you don't see 7-on-7s go quite this long, but they've been going going on an hour now almost?
Yeah, they start. Almost another interception right there, but he was caught. It was caught. Did you see that grab? It looked like it just Velcro to his hands.
Me and Drew are still kind of trying to watch some of the 7-on-7. You guys are still on the camera or watching the defensive lineman drills and stuff, so we apologize. You're not seeing everything we're seeing at the moment.
I thought it was an interception, though, out there, JD, and all of a sudden I'm seeing the ball move up the field. I'm like, okay.
And was that Williams that threw that?
Yes, that was Williams. It was a dart. I'm telling you, the kid has a live arm. I mean, I'm calling him a kid, but he's 24 years old. I mean, but he's still not even in his prime.
He's rookie age.
Jaden Daniels is 25 years old. You know what I mean? So the second year in the league. So, again, this might be one of his last opportunities, though. Fortunately, he's 5'10", a little bit undersized, but his delivery is perfect. He has great mechanics. Maybe decision-making might be something that he has to work on after watching a little bit here today. That's just a little bit of my self-assessment. Again, I'm not a professional scout. Just my current views, educated view, I would say. I think he does have the talent. He was by far the best quarterback here. I think Riggins showed flashes, so did Grundon. And again, just a little bit over his outstretched hands, and just the fact that he was able to deliver that and put that only where his receiver could get it. Didn't come down with it, but, man, Williams really has impressed me out here today.
Yeah, I agree. You said it best, Drew. I mean, Williams has looked great. Griffin, solid, too. Grundon hasn't been bad either. I mean, he's thrown some nice balls, had some nice touches on them, and completed a high percentage of them for the most part. So they've all done their thing and have excelled in different ways.
I've also been impressed with Darian Robinson, the running back. Again, he's 5'11", 187. He's definitely has. I think the 40 didn't really showcase his speed because he's got that first step speed. Like he's getting by his defender. Honestly, him out of the backfield, he's been making a lot of catches out of the backfield. So Darian Johnson, has really impressed me. Also, DeAndre Rucker, he's been playing really well too. And Ethan Robertson, again, the Huntington graduate. He hasn't been getting all the love today, but I tell you what, I've been very impressed with him. Can't forget about Nate Monroe. I would say for wide receivers, the MVP there has to be Nate Monroe. And again, as he just makes another catch right there, touchdown from Nate Monroe.
Well, I mean, I just was messaging my son, and I told Isaiah, I said, Nate, Martinsburg is local for us, not for some of the guys down here closer to the DMV area, but he's the best route runner. He's super quick in and out of his breaks. He's got really great hands, and again, he's run the fastest 40. I mean, he's pretty much done everything right, and even the balls that he hasn't caught, he's been open and he's beaten his man, and the ball just wasn't there. It wasn't necessarily a catchable ball. They weren't on the same page, but he's done everything I believe that the scouts would want to see to offer that young man a contract.
For sure, and it looks like things are starting to wrap up here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think they're doing another rep. The officials are coming off the field. I think with that being said, things are starting to wrap up a little bit, JD.
I'll get Tony over here on the mic and get a word from him and see what, just kind of wrap things up.
And possibly
the combine.
Yeah, maybe try to sneak another player. And we're going to try to get Heath Williams over here.
Yeah, what's up, brother? I'm going to get you on the interview.
Yeah, we'll get you over here in a couple minutes.
I said, you ready for an interview now? You want to hop on an interview?
You want to go ahead? Do you want to do it?
I'll do that's cool.
All right, we're going to get a couple players here towards the end, and we'll have also Tony Patterson joining us at the very end. And we're going to be joined right now, Drew. We're going to get Drew on the mic here. We're going to talk to quarterback Heath Williams.
Hey, great play out there, brother.
Hold on for 1 second. Set him up. Let him talk.
Okay, so they're talking.
You're doing the whole talk.
I'm sure. I get tired of it. I got to get this mic. Show me.
Okay, guys. You got me in there? One, two, three. Okay, I'm gonna make a video. On three, you down, just say yellow face. Okay? 1, 2.
I got you. So I'm gonna let my coaches say something. Coach Garrett.
Good effort out there. A lot of y'all showed some good stuff.
Absolutely. Coach OG.
Great work today, fellas. Y'all were really impressive today, man. I love your effort and everything. All the work you guys put in, man.
Coach Keith.
Hey, I like the way you all competed today. That was a great job.
This is Coach James. All right?
How y'all doing?
I'm going to say this. He definitely, and I talked to another coach who coaches in the same league. He runs the best semi-pro football team in the area. Most organized, most everything.
No cap.
And a lot of people vouching for that. If you don't get picked up and you still want to play and you don't have a home, if you do have a home, and he didn't say it. He didn't say it. He didn't say it. So all the other people gonna come at me, and that's fine. He didn't say it. Definitely holler at this one. Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna be on that sideline checking for guys for the next one. We're gonna have the next one. Alejandro, you said we're gonna have. He already told me he want me to do another one. I'm doing the next one in Atlanta, and then the one after that is gonna be here.
Come see me in the A, man.
We got you. All right. Now, as far as I go, you guys did an amazing job. I love the bench, love the 40. It's a lot of different things you guys are doing. I have to watch these because I want to evaluate them just like all the other coaches and the LFA and all that, so I can get my perspective on it. Just so proud of all of you. Keep working, no matter what. Don't stop. You're a free agent now, so stay ready. So you ain't got to what?
Be ready.
Stay ready. So you ain't got to what?
Be ready.
Exactly. All right. So guys, this concludes it. You guys have my number. You have my Instagram. I will continue to do this. If you don't get picked up, just because you're on the list, after the season, the list is done, we start over. Okay? All right? And that's pretty much it. Alejandro, Jorge, you guys can say something. Jerry, you can say something, and we'll end it there.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for your effort, guys. We are talking about a couple of hours planning that the showcase 2 years ago. And today it was a big difference. First, I want to thank Tony and the coaches because they make the major effort to give you a very good opportunity to having us with you. It's a really pleasure for us to see your talent, to see where you are hungry, to show to the world that you are ready to play this particular game. So, guys, I really appreciate it. As Tony said, be ready because you never know what time you will receive the call. In that time you receive the call, you have to be ready and show what you can do. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you for your effort and thank you. It's a pleasure to have you.
And we're back here, Riggs LaSalle Field at this 2025 Rushers R Us Combine, put on here by owner Tony Patterson. I'm J.D. Fritz along with Drew Pitzer. We're starting to wrap things up as the whole crew, Tony and his crew, and the LFA commissioner speaks with all the athletes today. We're going to get a word with quarterback Heath Williams Jr., as well as Martinsburg native Nate Monroe and the owner of Rushers R Us, Tony Patterson. I believe we might try to also get Dominic Harden if he's available for an interview. Just a few guys that kind of stood out to us over here. Get a quick word with them as Tony hopefully finishes up here. But overall, Drew, what was your assessment of this whole combine? We weren't kind of sure on the way down. We talked about we're trying kind of sure what to expect. Kind of now looking back after we've watched everything, what's your overall?
I mean, like I said, coming in here, I said, listen, if two people get a contract from this is a win from Tony Patterson. I think Tony Patterson is going to achieve that by, I say 4 or 5 probably for sure will get contracts, but I think 10 will at least be in contact with agents. And I think maybe we might see as much as 15 guys at least maybe be back here next year or opportunities in other leagues. I mean, there was a lot of guys. Really, measurables are what hurt these guys. That's why they're not in the NFL or the CFL.
Sure, right.
You know, that's why they're in this league, because a lot of these guys maybe have a slower 40 or maybe they might be undersized or they might be oversized. You know, it's just a lot of these guys are still finding themselves. You know, still plenty of youth here. Again, there was also some age and people, last chances. But I was truly impressed with the nature of how everybody here, every guy here gave everything they had. It was 100% effort. Nobody quit. You know, it's hard to come out here for 4 hours on a Saturday, man.
Shoot, they were here. We were here for 4 hours. But
they were 8.
Here they got here early and did all the other testing except for the 40, and that's what we got to see. But just adding to that, these guys come out and they give their max effort, and like you said, there's some younger guys mixed in with some older guys trying to get a last opportunity to play. But this isn't the only league, and hopefully guys might get on a roster, and if not, maybe they'll at least get a camp invite, possibly. Get definitely a few more handfuls of guys getting camp invites. I'm sure there's a lot of information the league commissioner is talking to those guys right now about, just trying to get everything squared away. But yeah, I mean, it's hopefully these guys will, have showed enough today. But one thing I wanted to point out is we all got to watch the 40, and some were good, some weren't good, and even Tony kind of touched on that about some of the 40s weren't kind of where they wanted to be. But then when you went to the 7-on-7s, you saw a different level, a different speed. You have game speed,
of course,
and then you just have 40 speed, right? So when these guys got out here running routes at full speed, catching footballs, they raised their game a level, or 2 levels, and you could tell that with some of these guys. And I think that's what a lot of the scouts are going to pay attention to a little bit more necessarily than the 40. A fast 40 is always something that's going to catch your eye, but what are they doing on the football field?
Of course, and unfortunately, one guy we didn't get to see on the field today, Hot Rod Fitton, and you and I kind of complained about that a little bit because we really wanted to see him. But again, that fact that he ran that 40, that 4.63. was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, he is lightning fast. He has the perfect build to play the game at the highest possible level.
Yeah, he could definitely be playing somewhere.
SEC guy,
much higher. He probably said, "There's my 40 time. Call me when you want me
to
show up."
Yeah,
but yeah, he left after running his 40s, and maybe we'll see him in the league. We'll see what happens. I'm sure he probably has several opportunities out there that he could go and play somewhere.
Again, still Coach Tony now back talking to the middle. So it might be an opportunity. We might not be able to get to everybody we want to interview, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is more important to them. They're getting some great knowledge from Coach Tony. And you see, I really like to see this too. You see how all the eyes are on him. You don't see nobody else glaring away. That's a problem I see a lot with coaching today is a lot of the kids aren't paying attention. Look at every single guy locked in on what Coach Tony is saying. That should speak on the level of respect that Tony has in this community.
Absolutely. And when the one thing followed up with that, when you got the league commissioner there along with his team of people, you better be paying attention because they're going to notice that,
Of course.
Are all eyes on me type of thing. And if you're not paying attention or your body language is not what they expect it to be, then you're not going to get considered at all.
Of course.
You want to be attentive, make sure you're there, your mind's there, and you're focused on what you're trying to do. I mean, because, there's an opportunity of a lifetime for some of these guys because then, you do well in a league like this, who knows, in a couple years you may be up another level. But as they just finished up, we got Mr. Heath Williams Jr. coming over here. He's going to catch a word with Drew Pitzer, and then we'll interview Mr. Harden. Well, right now,
fellas. Hey, that was a hell of a thing. Heath Williams Jr., right?
Yes, sir.
So you want to put Jr. in there too?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Cool. All right, tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
And welcome back, everybody. This is Drew Pitzer with Home Team Sports TV, joined by Heath Williams Jr., quarterback number 15. I tell you, he was out there. He was really delivering really well out there, especially inside the pocket. I really noticed how lively your arm was, too, over about 25 to 30 yards. You were delivering dots out there. So explain kind of what goes into your process when you're back there at quarterback.
See what the safeties are doing. I started off a little slow once we got to 7-on-7. Just was trying to – it's kind of harder. You got to get 20 yards to get a first down.
Of course.
It's kind of harder to just keep it simple, and I didn't keep it as simple. So I started off a little slow, but my process is just see what the safeties are, see the depths of the corner. They pretty much play cover 2 the entire day today, so that's my process. See the safeties, see the corners, then see where the linebackers are and just go from there.
Yeah, I'm definitely about 90% of the time was a cover 2 look for you.
Right.
But I know you were coming over here before while we were in air, and you said, hey, man, can I say something? So I'm giving you opportunity now, man. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
I just want to tell my family I love y'all. That's what I wanted to say. I just want to say, my mama, I love you. Thank you for everything. My whole family just, support me my entire career. I'm at peace if I don't play again. I'm at peace because y'all supported me the rest of the way. Sierra, I love you to death. I love y'all.
There we go. Hey, gotta love the family shout-out, man. And, obviously this will be the last question I got for you. But going forward, say the LFA doesn't work out, what is your ultimate goal with still playing quarterback? Is you still want to go play in the league? Is that still the ultimate dream?
God has given me an ability to be a leader amongst men. As I've been training and still working out, I've been training. I've been doing quarterback training. I'm a personal quarterback trainer myself, under Elite 3 and quarterback vision. And, I feel like if, I put my chips on this And if it's not it, I got another contract in the IFL that they want me to come and play for them. But
there you go.
You know, if I know God has a bigger purpose for me other than just football, you know, it's okay if I got to hang the cleats up because I know I'm going to give back what was given to me.
Amen, brother.
I can't wait to coach kids. I got a 7-on-7 team called Elite 3, and I got to coach a group of 15-year-olds. Shout out to my boys. I love y'all. Hey, Coach walk what he teach now. Coach walk what he teach.
You hear him.
And that's all that matters. Coach walk what he teach. I love y'all, boys.
Hey, I got a 15U team that's supposed to be practicing today. I hope you guys are practicing and not missing practice today. So, again, we want to thank Heath Williams Jr., my guy. Appreciate you joining out here, man. Good luck in your future endeavors. We're going to interview Mr. Harden next, and that's going to be with J.D. Fritz. So
Mama, I love you.
If you guys just want to wait 1 second as we wait for Mr. Harden, we'll be right back with you.
Shout out Shane Nicole.
Shout out Shane Nicole. You heard him.
Sir. We good? And we're back here, guys. J.D. Fritz. I'm joined by Nate Monroe, Martinsburg native, come from our hometown. Nate, how'd you feel out there today?
It was a blessing to be out there. Tony and Brandon, they got me the opportunity to be out here, and so it's just a blessing to be able to get the opportunity to showcase my talents in front of everybody.
Yeah, we talked a lot about you on camera, guys. You showed out, probably one of our best receivers, if not the best receiver. Route running exceptional, hands exceptional. You know, we really thought a lot highly of you. You know, coming from our local area, we're kind of rooting for you as well. Just talk about the work involved that you did to kind of prepare yourself for today.
Oh, I've been working since I was about 18 years old. I ended up dropping out of school, and from that point forward, I've been working just trying to get the opportunity. So it's been about 6 to 7 years of just hard work and just waiting on the opportunity to showcase it.
Yeah, well, I think you did that today, and hopefully you get that call, man, and get that contract. We'll cut it a little bit short because we got another guy coming in here, Dominic Harden. But again, congratulations.
I appreciate you.
Nice job,
yes,
and hopefully we'll see you in the league, buddy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
y'all.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Back, J.D. Fritz joining me. Darian Johnson, wide receiver. Also play some DB. Did you play some DB today at all?
Not really. I play running back and
running back. That's right,
yeah.
Running back. I apologize. There's so many guys we were trying to run down. Well, just talk to me today about how you felt out there, what you wanted to accomplish, and the work kind of that you that went into getting prepared.
So my ultimate goal was to come out here and just show out and versus anybody, beat anybody, compete. The preparation was just training hard for months, and I feel like it was accomplished. Like my goal was accomplished. I'm very satisfied with what happened today, and hopefully, I inspire others to, chase their dreams still.
Well, that's well put, definitely well said, and you definitely did that. We saw you made several catches on the 7-on-7s, 1v1s. You won a lot of your battles against the DBs, and we kind of stood out. One of us, you and Nate, and a couple other guys stood out to us today. So hopefully, we're going to keep it short. We got some other guys to go, but again, congratulations, job well done today, Darian. Hopefully, you guys get that call, baby.
Yes, sir.
And,
hopefully.
So congratulations, Darian Johnson.
Hey, Mom, I love you.
Shout out to his family. All right, we're going to get Drew back on here. He's going to get a word with.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Kendu Wells right here. My man, congratulations again. Heard you got the engagement yesterday, my friend. Congratulations. It's a beautiful thing. I pray for you and your family, man. But, hey, out here, 36 years old, out there balling, still giving everything you got. What was your impression after today, man?
My impression after today, man, was you put your mind to it, you can do it. You never limit yourself. These guys showed out today, man. I did pretty well myself. So, you keep at it.
keep going. Nothing can stop you.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're out here battling. Obviously, we were talking about before the cast. I mean, like out of everybody here, and your age to be probably in the best shape out of everybody here. That's very impressive on your part. And obviously, 36, but you still have the ability to go out there and play. What is your next step, even if the LFA isn't it?
My next step is probably the IFA, going down there to camp in May. Dream's still alive. Got to keep it up. Keep going, keep doing what you do. 7 days a week training. I don't stop, so I keep going. Best foot forward. That's it.
For sure. And is there any one thing that you want to say about yourself, that maybe one characteristic about yourself that separates you from everybody else?
Discipline beats motivation. That's it.
I like that.
Discipline beats motivation. Every day, all day.
Exactly. Hard work beats talent. When talent doesn't work hard, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Again, Kendu Wells, my friend, congratulations again. 36 year out here, still balling, man. Still balling. So we still got one more interview with Tony Patterson. He's on his way up. That'll be with JD Fritz. Again, thank you guys. This is Drew Pitcher from Home Team Sports TV. I'll be back with you guys again soon, hopefully before football season, but who knows. So, again, giving the phone back to JD. Oh, there's Tony.
There he is.
We good. All right, I'm on here with the owners of Rushers Are Us, Tony Patterson. Tony, talk to us about this event today, what it was about, how you think it turned out, and just your overall perception of it.
So this event is a special event because it's an event that is near and dear to my heart. It's an event that I went to. I went to 3 of these. This is a legit event. They have other events like this,
right?
And they're called cash grabs.
Okay, right.
That's when teams want you to come out, run around, and just take your money and not get picked up. As you can see out here, we have the commissioner.
Absolutely.
We have player personnel. We have the doctor. We have everybody. So it's just near and dear to my heart. The best thing about this event is me and my boss. We look at the highlight tapes,
right?
And we funnel all the guys in. And the best part about it is nobody can get overlooked because Alejandro, Jorge, and Jerry, they don't see the highlight tapes before they come. So they only see your performance today.
Exactly.
So there'll never be a situation where somebody who is a big-time D1 guy gets picked over a guy who is from semi-pro. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They don't know the difference.
They don't know the difference. Exactly. They don't know the difference. I think that's the best part about it. I don't want guys just to pick guys because they went to a certain school. Or
Absolutely.
just because they went D1.
Right.
And I want it to be totally fair. This event is totally fair, and we're just going to continue this thing. We did one this year. We did one 2 years ago, but Alejandro just told me he wants me to do 2 next year. So this is perfect.
Yeah, so we were really impressed with several of the athletes. That's why we wanted to bring at least a few of the guys over, talk to them, kind of get their feel for how they felt out there today. I think, there's several athletes, several guys that stood out to us on both sides of the ball, as probably as you saw as well. Just kind of give your overall perspective of the guys that showed up today. Do you feel like a lot of the guys came prepared, they were ready to work hard and kind of go after that contract?
I want to say pretty much I'm gonna say everybody who was here made giant leaps and bounds to get themselves a LFA contract.
Right.
And one thing is now they're all LFA free agents.
Right.
So they're in the free agent pool now, and they just have to stay ready, so they don't have to get ready. And that's the best part. I think that's the best part about it. These guys are already, the teams know about them. They see them on the video. The commissioner knows about them, and the coaches are watching. So everybody's excited to see who will be the next star from this combine in the LFA. Somebody's,
right.
Multiple people will play in the LFA from this camp.
Yeah, we saw several guys that we thought possibly could get that call. And so talk to us just a little bit about what the commissioner was saying there towards the end to the guys. What can they expect next?
Okay, so what they can expect next is a call within the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
If you get a call within the next 2 weeks from an LFA team, you are actually going to be in their camp.
Gotcha.
And you'll be good. And that's what every football player wants. I'm pretty sure every football player in the world says or is saying if they're young, just get me there.
Exactly. And
Just
it's
get
up
me
to
to
them.
the
Once
camp.
you're there, it's up to them to make the team from that point
Absolutely. And everybody's going to bet on themselves when they get there.
Yep.
So that's just what it is.
Well, again, we'd like to thank owner of Rushers Are Us, Tony Patterson, for putting on this great event today here in D.C. The weather held off. Beautiful day. Can't ask for anything more. I'd like to also thank my crew, Drew Pitzer, Harry Brown, Jamari Robinson, and Jay on our cameras. For JD Fritz, that's all I got, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good day.
Hit the music.